This is we're just gonna do a cold opening. But it's not just me. I know I'm showing my face on the camera right now, but it's not just me. I'm with my friend, longtime friend. Introduce yourself.
Super Friends Resonance Aquaman speaking. No, hello everybody.
That's a callback. That's
It's
a freaking callback. Anybody, like you guys don't know. You guys don't know. But I had a group
I
of
said it
friends.
less nerdy.
Yeah, no, I had a group of friends. Well, yeah, I had a group of friends that I knew before I knew Levy, and I remember telling Levy, I remember telling him, yo, you gotta, like, I was about to invite him into the call, and before I invited him to the call with my other group of friends, I said, you have to say this line. If you do it, they will like you immediately. And that, and that line was from Mission Hill. it was like it was like what was it? It was like the younger brother. I forgot his name. It was the younger brother,
Yeah, Kevin. It
Kevin.
was Kevin.
Yeah, it was Kevin. Uh, opening,
Nomination.
answering his home phone, or was it answering a phone saying Justice League,
Yeah.
Aquaman speaking. And I remember one of my friends, he hated that line so much. I remember when he first heard that line, he was like, "Kill yourself." He hated that line. Like that was it was like, you know, those lines that you just instinctually hear and that, that you can hear and you just have a knee jerk reaction. The entire group thought it was so funny he had that knee jerk reaction. So I was like, "Yo, Levy, get in this call, say this line, everyone's gonna love you off the bat." And they do, and they did. So much so they love that line so much so they want to interact with Levy more than they want to interact with me. So that's how it goes. That's how it goes. They don't talk to me anymore because I didn't say that line.
Yeah, it's not it's not as glamorous as you think. They don't talk to me that often, honestly.
But they want to talk to you. That's the difference.
Hmm.
That's the difference. All right,
but
so
yeah, I'm leaving anime, man. I've been good old Mason's friend for what, 8 years, something like that. It's been like forever at this point.
I've
Feels
ever
that way. I was trying not to say that to not sound cringe.
because I say it. I can say it like the N word.
Okay, that's fair.
You can't say it.
What do you mean? I can say it.
Okay, so now you're
So I'm
doxing
a
yourself. That's crazy. I was trying to make you. I was trying to keep you anonymous. You didn't have to expose yourself like that.
Look, they don't know.
Real, real. Okay. Anyway, continue.
But yeah, no, I basically introduced myself. I do a lot of stuff on the side. I archive stuff. I used to do a lot of freaking video game playthroughs. I don't call them let's plays because let's plays would require me to actually speak into a mic like I'm doing now. But like back then, no, I was too self conscious. I did not care much for that. But yeah, that's like my whole thing in the YouTube sphere of the whole thing.
Nice, nice. And I bring him on. This is not really a podcast type deal. This is type. I gotta stop. This isn't really that much of a podcast as it is. I am working on the comic, just like how I'm doing with Matt. The difference between this and doing something with Matt is that every time Matt is on, it's just another episode. It's like the B sides of Just Talking, the podcast that I did with him like years ago,
Mhm.
where we don't have a topic. We just bounce off of each other.
You just shoot the shit.
Yeah, we just shoot it. And like with this, I know like you, Levy wanted to do something like this for a while, but you just didn't really. You just kept putting it off. You know, like how to start.
It was a combination of a couple of things. me being shy, me not knowing how this started, me being distracted, me not having privacy was the primary thing, honestly. And I still technically don't have privacy, but I'm working what I've got here. So worst case scenario, you hear something in the background, I might have to go off for a little bit.
Oh yeah, and if we're like 4 minutes, 5 minutes in, we're gonna be talking about a lot of things, and I don't. Usually, people don't come in until like half an hour. And, like we're lucky if they do come in sooner, but half an hour, it's like da, 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 da. Because usually
Hmm.
when I don't have a guest, and I usually just talk about what's on my mind for like I work in silence, and then uh, and then I leave if someone doesn't come in with. Before it was like if someone doesn't talk within the first hour, I leave. But sitting in silence, working on something, then checking the chat to see if there's anybody's willing to say, "Oh yeah, what is this? This looks cool." It
Hmm.
sucks. It really sucks. It drains your. But now when you have somebody to talk about with a list of topics, interesting, right? With a list of topics, well, this will be a lot more fun.
Hmm.
So, what are the topics that we're going to talk about today? Well, no, you ran it down.
No, no, no. I remember. I'm sorry. I was just pacing. Um, well, today I plan for us to talk about the recent game events that happened, namely the Summer Game Fest and all of the presentations that happened within that whole event that happened within the passing week. And on the side, if we manage to get through this in a decent clip, we can talk about other stuff like any shows or cartoons that we've been watching or that we wouldn't even be talking about in general.
Okay, okay. So, what were your thoughts on the Summer Games Fest?
Uh,
The
I
entire
thought it was
festival. What did you think about the grave of E3?
uh, there's a reason I refer to it as the E3 of our generation because this is just this is just E3, but like lamer to me at least. Um, I think it was all right. Basically, was my fucking opinion. It was fine. There were definitely some reveals that was interesting that I wish I wrote down in hindsight, but it is what it is. Um,
What were your
because I
thoughts?
know like what no,
Sorry.
what were you gonna say? What were you gonna
No, I would say like you said that you it was all right. What was so all right about it? Or what made it so all right compared to E3? Was E3 like the I don't want to say like it's was it the best thing? Was it was it better than
It
sex?
was better. It was better than default because I didn't have to look at that. I didn't have to look at Jeff Keighley's freaking mug, being like, "Oh man, this next game nearly made me came on the spot, dude. It was so emotional. I freaking cried. I freaking cried tears, a river of tears. It was so freaking emotional, man. And then it's a literal baby game or some crap. Like, damn, Jeff.
I mean, no,
When you gonna go and smash Miss Piggy again?
okay, I will not sit here while you slander baby game, right?
I mean,
Like
I'm not slandering baby games to be fair. It's just like it's like it's just the idea is like he's just like hyping up something and then it's like a little underwhelming.
um the first thing that comes to my mind when you say that was that Goose Game.
Uh
I'm not I don't want to crap on the
the friend
devs.
swap
Yeah,
game or
right, yeah,
whatever.
like everything that is run slot. Like
I saw
I'm
that and I'll be real, like jumping the gun a bit. I saw that and I'll be real. Um I wanted to buy it, and then the server I'm in, they're talking about, "Oh, we want to play it." And I'm like, well, now I don't feel interested in playing it.
I thought you were gonna say like, I actually wanted to buy it and play it with you, so I guess I'll just put that in the I'll just put that in the back in the coat, back in my pocket.
would you have given me $20 to get the game? Would you have brought the game for $20 rather?
Would I buy the game? Would I buy Friend Swap? $20.
Would you buy Big Walk or whatever the hell it's called?
Big step. Fuck.
I think that's what it's called.
When it was that game where it was the two birds trying to carry that egg thing, that nest.
Oh no, that's something else. That's something else.
Oh, that
But
was
I
what I was
thought,
talking about.
oh, okay. I'm getting confused. Okay, I'm getting confused because Big Walk is the game that's like I think that's published by the same studio that did that published what's the game? Thank goodness you're here. It was like
Oh,
House. It was like Panic or something.
I don't.
So I got a little confused because I thought Panic was House House. So I'm like, wait, what?
I didn't know the
And then,
I didn't know the Thank Goodness You're Here guys was made Friend Slop.
I don't think they're the devs. I don't think they're the devs, but that's the publisher.
Oh,
Let me
but
like make sure I'm not going crazy. No, I was right. No, wait, wait. I was right on both accounts. It was the same publisher, and it is the same dev as Goose Game.
huh. Maybe I'm out of the loop because I can't play
Maybe that.
I can't play Friend Slop because I am eternally broke. And spending money for anything other than the bare necessity of survival is is a luxury I cannot afford. So I depend
Uh,
everything on you to say like, "Hey, let's play this fighting game that's been dead for like the past millennia." I'm like, "All right, let's see."
yeah, at least that way won't get decimated online though.
Well,
Not that we're going to
yeah.
be playing online.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
to be fair, I think now that I think about it, I think Big Walk was the game you were talking about. So, oops, I guess I'm just dumb.
The game of the two geese is called Big Walk.
Yeah, the game with the two freaking shoot, what's that show? Newt.
Okay.
Pengu. The
Thank
two
you.
Pengu looking motherfuckers holding stuff. That's Big Walk.
Okay. Well,
And
Friend
apparently it's
Slop.
4 player. Yeah,
And listen,
friend swap.
listen, I'm not calling it friend slop as derogatory. I'm calling it friend slop as I feel like when I say that, everybody understands what I'm saying. What I mean, just like how everybody calls manga, like when someone says manga versus when someone says comic, they understand what's going on. Like it takes an utter doofus to say, well, manga is just whimsical pictures. It's just Japanese comics. It's like, listen, you know what it is. I know what it is. Like we in this country we say My Hero Academia. We don't say we don't say Boku. So get with the program or get walking.
I could never like this is going off a tangent since you brought that whole Boku shut up for a second. But I don't understand I guess elitists for lack of a better word, who basically are so I guess ingrained in Japanese shows that they refer to it. They refer to certain stuff by their Japanese titles, but other stuff they will only refer to it by its English title. Like you will never find a person as far you'll find a couple people who refer to My Hero Academia or Attack on Titan as Boku no Hero Academia or Shogeki no Kyojin. But you will never find a single person who is going to refer to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood or Ghost in the Shell as Hagagane no Ren Jitsushi Full Metal Alchemist or whatever the fuck Ghost in the Shell's Japanese title
You
is. I
don't
can't
even
even
try.
remember.
Like, oh man,
I don't have it on hand right now. My brain short circuit. I'm like, oh shit,
you
I
were
can't
about to
type
go
this
for
out. Type.
you were about to go 4 for 4, but you're like, I don't care. It's like, dang.
It's like, see that proves my point. No one refers to Ghost in the Shell by its Japanese title. No one refers to shit as Kokaku Kyodai. No one gives a shit.
Except for okay, yeah. I was gonna say except for the elitists, but who cares? I don't like saying. I don't like saying except because no way we don't. They're the exception, not the rule. I live in the rule, not the exceptions. But yeah, we were talking about
In
video games.
Sorry, I went on. You unlocked my weeb side for a second.
No, we can talk about the weep side a little bit more because like this isn't a podcast. We're talking. This is just talking featuring anime man basically. So what were you gonna say? What's your weep side?
Um, shoot, I actually kind of blanked out.
Okay.
I forgot where I was going to go with that. It was something like, damn, I actually forgot. I don't remember. I'm sure it'll come back.
No,
My bad.
yeah, it'll come back. Let's go back to talking about the game. It was called
Okay.
or whatever. We can just go back to talking about the game.
I think I was going to ask, do you have a preferred style? No, no, no. I remember now. I was going to be like, unless a show's English title completely sucks or is nonsensical, I'm just gonna refer to a Japanese show by its English title.
When was
That's
it?
what I was gonna say.
When was a Japanese show had a bad English title? What was it? When was that?
Attack on Titan was kind of like the closest one to me because that grammatically doesn't make sense to me.
No, it sounds cool. It doesn't matter.
It sounds cool, but like the freaking the um the grammar Nazi, if I can say that, in me is basically just like no, you don't attack on a Titan. That's what you refer to when you're trying to like attack a location, like attack on Los Angeles or attack on the Sistine Chapel or whatever.
At the end of the story, they technically did attack on the Titan.
They've been attacking on the Titans since season 1.
So they attack in a Titan, they attack at a Titan, they attack atop of the Titans and below Titans. So they attack
Look,
everywhere. So I think it's fine. And it sounds cool.
Look,
the real cool wins at the end of the day.
I think in this case, I think the Japanese title probably would have been a bit better. But like I said, there are some shows where like the Japanese title being used in promotional stuff obviously works better because it just sounds cooler. Jujutsu Kaisen is a good example.
Oh yeah, the English.
That's just sorcery battle.
Yeah, sorcery.
If you translate it.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen.
And like that doesn't sound cool. Naruto Shippuden. Shippuden translates out to Hurricane Chronicles. That's a mouthful. No one's gonna. Well, people are gonna remember that, but it doesn't sound cool. It doesn't have the cool factor.
It's like, what is this, Narnia?
I would think of other titles, but I'm blanking out right now.
I think but 3 for 3. You're good. Rule of threes. I think you're good with that. Yeah. So you made your point. I understand. Attack on Titan still sounds cool. I will say that over the Japanese title that you just said because I cannot pronounce that to save my life.
I mean it's literally Advancing Giants. Or Approaching Giants, something like that. That's the Japanese translation of the Japanese title.
I like how that just sounds like a stomp. Like like something you would hear at an what was it? A hipster. I might be thinking about Imagine Dragons, but anyway, we were talking about video games. I mean, it's still related because, like, you know, the Japanese make video games. They make manga.
And Attack on Titan just got a brand new game announcement. See, we're bringing it back.
Yeah, we're bringing it back. Yeah, you just reminded me that they had didn't they have like a Nintendo 3DS game and a PS game?
Yes, they had a 3DS title that was done by Spike Chunsoft of all companies, and I don't know how good that game is because I haven't really played it. I tried emulating it because I ain't paying for that. Like, not that I can anymore. eShop's dead.
Can't say that, dude. That'll be held against you in the court of law, probably.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm playing it on my totally legit 3DS. You're right.
Okay, yeah, cool. We endorse legality here publicly. We publicly endorse legality. Yeah, so
do not steal, guys.
Unless it's a Nintendo product. That was a joke.
It was a funny meme. It was a joke.
It
Do
was
not
a
take it
joke.
seriously.
It's a reference. It's a reference. It's a reference. Don't worry.
It's a jungle jape. Get it? Haha. Nintendo reference.
A jungle Jake. I, dang,
Yeah,
are we really? Are we
that's
going
a
there?
Donkey Kong reference.
Okay, cool. Anyway, as you were saying, with the going on to what was announced at the Game Awards, you mentioned the Attack
Oh
on
yeah.
Titan game.
Oh yeah, Attack on Titan is getting its third game by Koei Tecmo and developed by the same guys that did the Dynasty blah. I'm trying not to say it the meme way I would normally say. The Dynasty Warriors games. Um
I'll say it first.
I played a demo. No, I got it. I played a demo of the second game years ago, and it was fine. It's not like Dynasty Warriors. You're just a human in like having like the 3D omnidirectional whatever the hell they call it movement gear, and
Okay.
you're just flying in this guy just trying to hit these titans in the neck. And if you get if my memory's right, if you're at a good angle and your speed is good, you'll just basically kill them in one shot, though some are like harder than others. I don't know how this new game is going to be. They didn't really announce much. It was mostly a CG trailer, if my memory's right.
Hmm.
There was just like at the end, I remember there was like more information. Well, they phrased it weird, but they basically said more information will be discussed at a not direct in July. And I'm like, okay, you could have just showed us, but whatever. Apparently, that game's going to cover the entirety of I think the anime time, the anime plot, because I think the second game covered the manga, if my memory's right.
So this is going to be like all in one.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Cool. That sounds cool.
it's going to cover like all of the major plot points.
Yeah, I want to go back to what you said about that they didn't even show anything. I hated. I really just still have a disdain stuff like that. When it comes to like showing game, right?
Right.
And I feel like when you're trying to have a trailer, it really feels like it feels like we're just watching a series of commercials where
I mean,
if we're it is yes I know if you want to be reductionist about it, yes, we are all essentially watching a series of commercials. If we want to watch anime, the anime is a commercial for the manga. If we want to watch like a TV show, it's a commercial to buy, I don't know, the merchandise. It's always been like that. It's like that meme with the two astronauts. What? This was a commercial? It always was.
always have been.
Always have been. Exactly. Hold on, let me see if I can level you out as well.
Okay.
Always have been.
Was I louder?
No, yeah, I just see your gauge is like higher than mine. So
Because I'm typing.
no. When we were both talking, but anyway,
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, if I wish it was, they either showed more gameplay or they at least have everything feel more fun. It focused on fun. It focused on like you want to be in this. You want to play these games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what I don't know why, but the first thing that came to my mind was like bombastic hip hop videos where everybody is just literally focused on having a good. So everything that's associated, people would associate a good time with that, with those games, or like Coca-Cola commercials. Now, I'm thinking of this more on the lines of marketing and getting like marketing and just focus on enjoying watching it instead of thinking, man, this would be fun if I spent money and and spent money and probably buy a game that I probably don't care about. That I'll probably drop or not finish or add to my backlog. Or when Steam has a sale on it, or a Humble Bundle has like a bundle, I'll get it then and just add to another game on my backlog Fortnite. For the right? I might be wrong about that. That's my gripe. The presentation of the game usually. But that was my tangent. But go ahead with what you say.
Um, I didn't really have anything else good. Um, we were talking about Attack on Titan for that tangent. My bad.
Yeah.
But I totally understand the whole mentality of how like the game, the summer game fest, and this goes for almost every kind of like I guess post E3 sort of presentation. It really does feel like it's always been commercialized, like you said, but it feels like even more so because all these are just they're just trailers. They're just trailers, and 9 times out of 10, well, I wouldn't say that, but it's a 50-50 coin flip to on whether or not the footage is on whether or not we're going to see either completely just CG footage with no gameplay, or we'll get gameplay. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. But it doesn't feel like there's any passion into it nowadays. It's like nowadays it just feels like the producers just be like, we know what you're here for. We got the goods. Just sit down and we'll show it to you.
I think it's weird. Okay, so
Like they lost the sauce. Sorry.
here's an like a an unpopular opinion that I have. It's I feel like game everybody is so familiar with game genres to the point where if it was back to back gameplay, you would just see the same 5 games but with different coats of paint. You know what I mean? Because you got your
Yeah.
Souls like, you got your Metroidvanias, you got your FPS, you got your first person shooters, you know what I'm saying? You got third person
Yeah, I
shooters,
know. I
and
got
like
you.
if you play these trailers back to back to back without any type of connection to it, I noticed that the trailers aren't really doing it that much because I'm just looking at CG trailers and I'm not thinking about like care about the story because you got people that care about stories in video games, which is weird because I don't think video games should be focused on story, but that's just me. But then you have people that are all about gameplay. But when you just show gameplay back to back to back, you're gonna see people are gonna be like, okay, I'm just seeing the same thing with a different state. Or if you want to play a competitive game, like everybody either plays what Valorant, uh, Fortnite,
I mean,
uh,
it really varies.
you know
It's
what I
it's
mean?
it's either Overwatch, Fortnite. No one plays PUBG anymore.
League of
I
Legends.
guess Valorant, League of Legends,
Oh,
whatever the other Riot game is. OKKO, not OKKO. I forget what it's called. That fighting game, 2KO. I forget what it's called.
well, I haven't heard about that one.
That's the League of Legends fighting game. That was like free to play or something.
Okay. People play that? Well, of course they do. Of course they do. It's League. But go ahead.
I heard things about the game, so like I don't know if it's still in development now,
Okay.
but
But
it's just something that just came up. I guess also World of Warcraft.
in that, it's crazy because like I feel like no, we watched 2 Game Awards from
Right, but
two,
hold on for a second before we go to that. Let me get a timeout real quick. Give me like 2 to 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
okay.
All right, sorry about that.
Got I know okay, I see two people in the chat. I know people like to be here and treat this like a cast, but I'm here. It's live. I want to see some action. I want to see what your thoughts are as I'm drawing this. Just a simple question of what are you talking about? Video. I'm interested. 6. GTA 6 coming. Uh, stuff like that. Stuff like that will make the stream more fun for you. And I don't want to talk too much about what I'm doing. So what uh what I'm trying to feel like we're gonna talk about it. Hey G4, what's going on? I got that guess. I gotta guess you like as you requested. He's been a friend of mine. While. He's been a friend of mine for a while, and he wanted to try making TikToks yesterday. Oh, you'd have. How was that? How did that go? Said you tried. So I suppose you didn't. It didn't turn out well. So what were those TikToks? Like I've been posting some TikToks as well, and it is it is something else. Almost like they don't really care. Like if I'm active in because I to post the clips that I make of these, and TikTok don't really show it, so that really it's not really that it puts a damper on my mood because from I mostly like make these clips and post it on Instagram, and on Instagram I would be more likely to up 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 on Instagram I am more likely one clip from your stream, the other is oh snap. Need Metal Hero fan art? Wait, give me a sec. Give me a sec. Need Metal Hero fan art. Let me see that Metal Hero fan art. Did you at me? Or did you know that I did you not know that? Pause it. I need to let me mute. Let me mute TikTok real quick. Like I've been checking this on and off. I've been checking it on and off. I don't know what works on this platform. I think it check done. Pause. And there has to be something to TikTok when they just want to zap all the attention from your soul. Forcing that I only use the desktop client. If it's not the desktop client, I am not downloading that thing on my you do. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got the wrong. Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. Oh, that's epic. Well, you bet. Oh, that's a really cool Malik. Ah, that's awesome. I gotta show this to Matt. Oh, yeah, that's sick. Let me just post. Oh no, Matt's gonna flip. Matt said like Malik is his favorite. I think Matt said Malik is his favorite super or like favorite character, honestly, because it's just like all of his id formulated, or just like all of his childish tendencies wrapped up like one character and like one kid. That's really dope.
Just realized I have my mic muted on my actual computer. My bad.
Which I knew.
Okay, I'm back.
Was muted. Yeah, let's get back to the thing. Wanted to ask.
No, no, no. I heard you talking at the last minute. I know what you were talking about. It's cool.
Okay. G4 says I wanted to ask if you get your flip in H. I can only download them. Hmm. Hmm. Really?
Is he talking? Are they talking about like in regards to being able to stream at a high resolution or download a video at a high resolution?
Yeah, download a video at a high resolution. Because like my streams are 720p.
I personally use JDownloader too, if you can find that online.
Listen to Rivalist.
I use that to download YouTube vids. When they let me, because sometimes Google can be a bit of a stinky cunt when it comes to whether or not I can download stuff. But I usually use that to download that. Failing that, you have other sites. The internet is your oyster. You have stuff like YouTube Video Downloader or something like that online, where you can just copy and paste your URL and just download it from there.
Wait. Oh, okay. Is it Matt? He sound. Oh wait, Levy, are you reading the chat or looking at the chat or nah?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so G4 says your mic keeps cutting off. Do you have a repressor? I think it might still be on. Let me check my filters. Yeah, I have the noise gate. Let me move that up a little bit. Let me mess around with this. Okay. I just want to not have everybody hear my PC too much because like there's no background music in the, and I just want to cut off anything that's unnecessary. I guess having like PS1.
Next time,
maybe next time I'll have PS2 music and the PS1 music in the
next
background.
time, steal my idea that I usually did for my streams. Just have Marvel vs. Capcom 2 music in the background. Just play the network theme from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That's what I did during my pre-streams.
Play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 music like for 3 hours.
It's relaxing. It's relaxing. I'm not saying like. Well, play songs that you find relaxing. You have to listen to my advice.
Okay. Fine. G4 says, okay, sounds better. Is this guest as crazy as Matt, or we have to hide our power level? No, he's not. No, Malik is not crazy. No, Levy's not crazy.
Yeah, I can be a bit crazy. Nah, I'm usually pretty chill.
He's pretty. Yeah, he's pretty chill. I'm the crazy one. I think the way that Malik in my dynamic, the way that our dynamic is, I notice, is that he just absorbs my crazy takes. Like Levy is like the
Your
complete
kinetic energy.
yeah, he is. We're not oil and water. I'm just like I am like the unmovable. Wait, what was it? The unstoppable object, and Levy is
He's an unmovable force.
unmovable force, unmovable object. I am the unmovable. Wait, I am the unstoppable force, and Levy is the immovable object,
Mm.
or something like that. I think that's even bad. Um. So G-Force is. So what were we talking about before I came? We were just talking about like the Summer Games Fest. We like talking about media. That's why I like Levy so much. I keep saying. Is it okay if I say your first name?
You already said it like 3 times. It's fine.
Sorry. No, it's yeah. It's like I say I say Malik because of it's not on purpose because we were just talking about Let's Go Metal Hero. And like,
I know. I think I pieced it together because when I heard my name, I was like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "Oh, you're talking about the character." Okay.
is he Malik or Levy? Well, his name like that's his first name is Malik, his last name is Levy, and like when I met him, he referred to himself as Levy. He referred to himself as his last name. So for a majority of me knowing him, I always referred to him as Levy. But I did not know his name was Malik. Like I think, like it's not until recently, but like I didn't name Malik in a from Metal Hero after him. I don't know if I no I don't no.
I
Yeah,
thought
was
I
it?
thought you did, or I feel like you did.
If I did, it would make sense. It's been so long. This has been so long.
Mm-hmm.
This shit is getting confusing.
I feel like you did as a mild homage.
Yeah,
To me, maybe.
yeah, but
And I'm like, oh, I appreciate that.
okay,
At
yes,
this point, I remember we had the conversation.
yes. So it is. So yeah, going after Malik, it's good. It's
Hmm.
so for yeah. If it okay, so if it wasn't, then I wouldn't know where I would get the name Malik from because I got the name Michaela in Metal Hero because it rolled off the tongue like Malik and Michaela. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Malik came first, and the name Malik came from him, from my co-host.
Mm-hmm.
So if that is confusing, we'll just go back to calling him Levy. Because right now because like right now G4 has read Let's Go Metal Hero. He loves Let's Go Metal Hero. So if I say Malik, he's probably gonna think about the character. And not you. So let's just say for clarity's sake I'll refer to you as Levy.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so with that out the way, we were talking about video games, and we were talking more about. I wanted to jump the gun and talk about like the back when we were watching G4, but you said before we get into that,
Yeah.
you want to talk.
I wanted us to talk about all of the other malarkey that was in the Summer Games Fest, and then we go back and we talk about how these compare to that, and what do we think about that?
Okay. So what's on the top of the list?
Okay, so Summer Game Fest, they showed the new Resident Evil, and at first I couldn't tell it was Resident Evil. First of all, I guess I should also preface this by saying like I did not watch this live because it came on like in the middle of the freaking week, and I have a job, and when I came home I just passed out, so I wasn't even aware Summer Game Fest was a thing
Video games are for
until
people
like
without
the
jobs.
next day. Basically, people without jobs who somehow have disposable income.
In this economy.
So now when you have a job, you get all the income you need, but you ain't got all the time you have to play games. I brought Pragmata a freaking month ago. I still haven't played that fucking game. I tell a lie, I played like the first 2 hours, but I haven't finished it.
What was Pragmata? Oh,
yeah,
Pragmata
like,
was the dad simulator, right?
The dad game. Yeah,
Dad
Dad
game.
Space, yeah.
Yeah, Dad Space. Right, okay.
It's pretty fun for when I played so far. then again, most of Capcom's games have been pretty good so far. I'm looking forward to Onimusha, which apparently has a demo out now, and I completely forget about it.
Oni, I keep forgetting Onimusha. Didn't I play that before?
No, I don't think you have.
Okay. Okay. It sounds like a samurai, like a Japanese samurai type of game, wasn't
Well,
it?
it is, but it's basically samurai, but like with Resident Evil mechanics, you know. So fixed camera angles,
Right.
tank controls until you get to like game 3, I think.
Mm. G4 says, ever since games became $70+, I lost my interest to watch game events. That is true.
That's good.
But
Yeah.
however, I lost interest in video games when they stopped getting good. Like, if it was like over $70, if it was like not, if it was like still $60 or $50 or below, I let's be real, I probably watch like a let's play of it. And if I was around people, I would just like watch the let's plays just to be around, be a part of the conversation. But since I'm an adult, I don't have to be a part of conversations that I don't need to be in. Because I remember in high school when the first Last of Us came out in 2013. I remember everybody was just talking about it, right? And I was too broke to even buy the game. I had a PS4, but wait, did I even? I didn't even have a PS4. Actually, no, that was on the PS3. The first Last of Us was on the PS3. I didn't even have a PS3. I couldn't buy the game, so the closest thing that I could do is watch PewDiePie play it, like way back when. And I remember after playing a game like that. This is why I hate movie games. Like after after I watched the story of The Last of Us, I finally had a chance to get a hold of the game. I think my sister bought it, and I couldn't play it for an hour because it was so, the gameplay was just okay enough. It was okay enough to be like, if you already know what happens, then the loop isn't that interesting. Because I feel like I played games that had a more engaging gameplay loop, that did stealth better, that did the third person shooting mechanics better, like that had like the cover based system better. You know, like if I wanted to play like a pretty good stealth game, I would play something like I wanted to say Deus Ex, Mankind Revolution, because that's the game that I played. I was gonna say Metal Gear, but I didn't. I would be a larper. I know people love like the stuff in that game, but I'll be a larper to say, because I would disrespect you, because you know I haven't played the only Metal Gear games I played was 5 and Revengeance, and I haven't played I haven't played Metal Gear 5 at that point yet. So but I did play like Mankind, Resolution, and other stealth games at that time, like Dishonored. I felt like games like that did it better. And if I want to play a third person shooter, I don't think I played Vanquish yet, but I did enjoy some other third person shooters better. It was just not the flavor that I'd like, because the third person shooters I played at that time was what probably Gears of War or something like that. And I know Gears of War is like whatever for a lot of people. It's contentious. It's very dude bro e in that sense. But there are elements in Last of Us that I felt like other games did it more interesting. And and if you already know how the story's gonna end, you're like, I don't really feel like. I just felt like way less interested in what was going on. So it was one of those things where you only play once to get the full experience, and nothing else. Where you have a game like Detroit Become Human or any of the other David Cage games, you can watch some one person play it, and you're like, ah, man, if I had the game in my hands, I would do a completely different thing. And linear games like that, it's like whatever. And that's also why I'm probably never gonna play any of the God of War rebooted games. I haven't watched the a let's play or playthrough of it. I just know enough about it, and like looking at it, it doesn't seem fun to play, to be honest. G4 says, I will say I will say gaming fans are willing to invest money into their hobbies, unlike comic book enjoyers, except collectors. Yeah, yeah. It's just gaming has it all. Gaming just has the people who want to buy a thing for the enjoyment out of. Well, I don't know about that since everything's digital now. People buy things for the enjoyment out of it because it's digital. Everything is digital now. Where back when things were physical, you would buy it, you would play what was on the software that's on that disc, and if you wait like 10, 20 years, you could resell it and make a profit because you've already got your return on investment of that game. Woody woo, right? And to a point where the only people that are winning are collectors. But what are your thoughts, Levy?
Just a second, sorry.
Okay. Man. Man, I was. Ah, oh, dang. Dead air.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Are you just typing something?
No, I was eating.
Dead air. Yeah. I mean, like when I'm by myself, I'm like, well, it's just me. You're just gonna get dead air. But when I have another person on, I'm like, there's got to be it. This has to be this has to be an audio version. It has to be an audio version of Johnny Test. There's got to be something like audibly stimulating happening.
There's got to be a whip crack every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I gotta get a soundboard that has all of the meme sounds, like it's a Discord chat or whatever. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
On one in particular, like the state of gaming.
Well, I did touch on a lot of things, but whatever stood out to you the most, if you have anything to comment on what I said.
I think the whole mentality of like games being $70 is fucking dumb. Like, I'm tired of being in this generation where, like, I guess the preface things. I was born in the generation. I was born in the 90s, so I was born when I was born. Games were like $50 new, if my memory is right, and I didn't have an allowance, so like 9 times out of 10, I would get like the super cheap discount versions, the greatest hits, player's choice, whatever the hell we're calling it, versions for like $20. That's how I accumulated my gaming stuff. And I'm just now realizing this because I saw a YouTube video of it like a while back. We don't even have that anymore. Everything is just sales now. We don't really have those permanent releases where like, oh, you like that game? Well, if it sells enough and if people still care about it, we'll reprint it as a $20 discount version that probably has bug fixes or whatever. We don't even get those anymore. Like, I think the rise of digital has kind of killed any of that kind of stuff. Like it's bad enough Nintendo doesn't even do that anymore. I can't really recall last time Nintendo even did discounted anything on any of their games, because now they've gotten so cocky that they can basically just be like, well, people will come to our games anyway because we're Nintendo and we produce quality products every freaking time, except for that one time where we released Devil's Third, but we don't talk about that.
Wait, Devil's Third?
Devil's Third. That was a Wii U title that was directed by the guy, the Dead or Alive guy, Itagaki, I believe his name was. It got passed around by a bunch of publishers and had a bunch of engines, and then it just ended up on the Wii U, where Nintendo was kind of just forced to publish it.
Wii U, where dreams go to die.
Yeah, it was, because I think originally it was going to be published by THQ, and then THQ died. So then I guess Nintendo picked it up for like a cheap $1 or something, and then they released it, and it had like the most limited physical run, as far as I know, of any Wii U game.
THQ was like
I think less than 5,000. I think less than 5,000 copies were made. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I think by that point THQ must have probably lost SpongeBob. I think Activision was publishing SpongeBob titles by that point. But yeah, it's kind of weird how THQ just died because they had like Saints Row. I guess even Saints Row. I guess if THQ's taught me anything is that even having a really well established franchise ain't gonna save you.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess my mentality is like I guess I just hate the pricing of video games now, and I also just hate how commercialized every aspect of like these sorts of events just feel. Because, and I'm jumping the gun here saying this, but it's like you said in one of our chats. They don't do this for the love of the game. They just kind of just like, dang, I had it in my head. It doesn't feel like a celebration. That's what you said. It doesn't feel like a celebration of any of this stuff anymore. They don't feel like, and I added that they don't do it for the love of the game anymore. They just do it because someone paid them. And yeah, you can, again, jumping the gun here, you can go back and watch stuff like G4ia or whatever E3 event and see whatever celebrity there probably got paid like lots of money just to say a bunch of words off of a teleprompter and get their paycheck and leave. And that's probably exactly what happened. But I don't know, it felt more genuine back then, I guess. Now it just feel like whatever. People are watching and people will buy, and I don't know, like stuff like Nintendo Directs in particular, it feels like it's mostly a showcase for Nintendo products, obviously, but it also just feels like the third parties that are put up there, it feels like they just, and I'm probably right on the money with this, so I'm probably sounding a bit stupid saying this. It feels like they just pay a fee to have whatever titles they want to be showcased on there, which is why there's a weird discrepancy between what's shown on the Western Nintendo Directs and what's shown on the Japanese Nintendo Directs, as many people found out by this recent Nintendo Direct. Because a lot of people really got angry that Toho wasn't shown, and I'm like, well, who the fuck in America knows what the hell Toho is?
That's
getting mad over a nothing burger of a difference. Like, come on, dude.
yeah. It sure is a different time. It sure is a different time. It's not as good as it used to be.
I went off on a bit of a tangent, and I probably didn't even bring it back. That's my bad.
No, that wait, you're learning. We're learning. G4 says, I mean everything's online now. So to the manufacturer's PRV, reprints are a waste of money.
Yeah, that's probably the reason too. That and like everything goes on sale now too. So like, there's no reason to do a reprint of a certain game at a certain price if like it's online and it's just gonna be on sale at a certain point. Even physical goes on sale a lot, depending on where you look, like Amazon and just Amazon, because I don't check GameSpot. GameStop, my bad.
What other places? Yeah, Amazon.
Not really a lot of
like Amazon. Well, you're talking about physical stuff.
Games anymore. Yeah, I was talking about physical.
Yeah, and I don't know if Nintendo is still doing physical stuff, but physical boxes, but with a what was it? With game codes in them.
Code in the box.
Yeah, code in the box.
No,
it's a code in the box.
Most people that do that, are third parties. Nintendo wouldn't do that themselves. I say that even though, I mean, nowadays they don't do that. Now they have the key code cards or whatever for the Switch too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they've only done one so far that they've published as key code. That's Pokemon Pokopia, which is basically Fire Emblem, not Fire Emblem, Dragon Quest Builders, but Pokemon, because it's developed by the same devs.
Okay, I got that.
So key codes are dead, but now they've been replaced by something questionable, I guess.
I feel that. What else?
Now it feels like the only game. Hmm?
No. You're continue.
I was gonna say the only. It feels like the only games that are code in the box now are just always online games like Fortnite, and I want to say Warcraft because I can't think of any. I can't think of any expansion pack that's been released physically recently, but I don't play Warcraft, so I don't know.
I can't even imagine Warcraft being on a disc. I'm sure it did, like way back when.
It did when it first came out in 2005.
I can't even imagine that.
Imagine the one owner who owns every expansion pack on DVD for PC.
It's like, dude, that's it makes so much sense to like not have a disc for a game like World of Warcraft. But I guess back in 2005 when downloading everything was just too expensive on bandwidth. But wouldn't playing an MMO game be expensive on bandwidth too?
Yeah.
Like constantly? On like the player's bandwidth.
You're always online.
Yeah, because you're always online. You're connected to a server. I guess there's a lot more that I don't know about how much bandwidth your computer actually sends when you're playing an MMO game like that versus downloading.
Right.
But that's all. We'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. Maybe. But anyway, GeForce says recently a VC fund, venture. I was like VC, venture capital fund, bought some game and comic book website to train its AI and remove problematic story elements from old content. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, venture. The first thing that came in my mind are like, when someone said investors aren't human. It's like, so when I hear something like that, I'm like, oh yeah, of course they would do that, because it's not real. They don't see it as culture. They don't see it as art. They just see it as something to profit off of. And if any problematic thing, and they think something that's problematic is something that's, they're not marketers either. If they think something is problematic, they don't see it being profitable, right? Because they're not even in the space. They just want to make money. It's like, they're not even in the space. They just want to make money. So if I hear a venture capital fund did something that is utterly retarded, then I'm like, yeah, of course, that's what they do. It's like, what you're gonna like? Are we going to hate the scorpion for stinging, or whatever, for poisoning its enemies? No, that's what it does. It's in its nature. Are we going to? I guess a better analogy is: are we going to hate a hornet for stinging you unprovoked? Yeah, you're gonna hate the hornet because it gives you harm, but it's in its nature. Can you really blame it when it doesn't? When it's in its nature, when it runs off complete ed? Those are venture capitalists. They do not think, they work. The only thing the only thing that they think about is how can they make the line go up. And once you notice, and I wouldn't be this harsh, but that's really what it looks like. They act as if they have no soul. So unless they prove otherwise, that notion of them being soulless leeches of society, because there are more ways that one can be a rat of society, especially through the arts. I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's what they do. Surprise, surprise. What's this? Man yells at it's not man yells at cloud, but more at 11. Something completely obvious. More at 11. G4 also says, I'm scared at the thought of Disney using AI, its old hand-drawn animation movies, to remove sexist or problematic story beats. I feel like that changed and softened the soul of the films. No, sexist or problematic? I mean, the entire thing about Disney is to combat sexist or problematic ideas. Like, if you like sexist or problematic ideas, like Beauty and the Beast, like Gaston is the villain and then Gaston is the misogynist, or Mulan. The whole point is to subvert the idea of what masculinity is. Or what we want to specifically talk about, like the old those are like the two that comes from the top of my head of Disney, and like it just doesn't get better from after that, from what I understand. You know what I mean? You do have some exceptions like Wall-E. That's like pretty cool, pretty environmentalist. It's cool to love the planet, but that's besides the point, right? It's it is what it is. It is what it is. I stopped paying attention to Disney movies a long time ago. Well, I think as soon as I think no, not a long time ago. I think ever since I was interested in animation, ever since I knew I was interested in animation, I just didn't care about Disney stuff generally because well, I can't say that. Well, actually no, I can't say that. When I was really interested in animation, because I remember there was a time where I would just eat up Disney's like kind of wholesome, kind of slop era because I loved G Force when I was a kid. I loved Chicken Little. When no, I don't. No matter what anybody else has to say, to the point where I would still put Chicken Little at like pretty on top of my list because of just pure enjoyment out of it. And I remember there was like this one guy who says if you don't have absolute something absolute terrible in your top three of anything, you're not human. Are you really human? Like to be to be human is to accept that there are something that is objectively bad, but you still like it. Because if your top three, if you say like, oh man, my top three Disney movies are The Lion, like what are the highest grossing Disney movies? If your top three are like the favorite Disney movies or the highest grossing Disney movies, then are you even human? Do you even have an opinion of your own? I don't think you have to like. Well, that's what I gotta say about that. G4 says they already removed it on Disney Plus websites. I mean, yeah, yeah. It's like this is it is what it is. It is what it is. I think that it was like that old and tired meme. I'm like, do you really think Disney, if he was alive, would he actually enjoy where the direction of his company? And if you wholeheartedly think yes, then like whatever. But most people would say like no, he probably wouldn't like how Disney is how Disney is moving. And it's not like his company. It's his company in name only, because it has his name literally. Other than that, it is what it is. I got like I'd rather play video games. I'd rather play video games than to see the decline of whatever new slop is coming out. What are your thoughts, Levy? Before I read the next G4 comment.
I don't have a thought. I'm sorry.
Okay. Next G4 comment. But in like 3 years, people would be able to take Just a Reaper and change the story using AI, so nobody will be able to read the same story. My thing is, I don't care. As long I really don't care. All that matters to me is I get to. The only thing that matters to me is if I get to finish Just a Reaper the way that I intend, like what I intended and what Matt intended. As long as that version is out, I don't care because the death of the author is real. The death of the author is real because you would have even years after. Like, no, just go on Twitter today and you have people just make headcanons as if they make their headcanons as if they are legit, and people just buy into these headcanons. What is death of the author? The death of the author is essentially the audience like disregarding what the author intend in his writing for what the audience want it to be, or just the audience just shoehorning a message that's not initially there, or what the author doesn't intend to be there, or it goes antithetical to what the author or it goes antithetical to what the author wants to write in that story, if that makes sense. It's the audience going against the author's wishes. That's the best way I can put it. The death of the author is the audience going against the author's wishes on what on how to interpret the work that the author creates. And that's why I hate the phrase art is subjective. Because if art is subjective, then don't create literal then nobody would create anything. Nobody would have a reason to create anything. Period. If everything is subjective, then nobody would create because there would be no reason to create. Oh, okay. My English teacher did that all the time when I was in high school. Yeah. Yep. 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 I mean, I guess it depends on the high school because my required reading that I remember was 1984 by George Orwell, and everybody was like we were just aware of the anti-censorship messages and the dystopian sentiments and how certain actions would lead to people not thinking about the consequences of their actions or the world around them. You know, what really depends. But if people who don't know about the death of the author, they may or may not tend to like fall into that trap of saying stuff like Sonic says trans rights. Sonic the Hedgehog says trans rights, which is like, no, I don't think so. What where was that in Sonic and the Black Knight? Like, what did he say? When did he say that? Was that in Sonic Colors? I don't think Sonic Colors was about the LGBT. You know what I mean?
but Mason, the game is called Sonic Colors.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true.
There is like a rainbow. Now, if you said Sonic Unleashed, then it's like,
oh yeah, so because it's about Sonic coming out as a werewolf.
As a werewolf. I didn't even think of that shit.
Because Sonic comes out. Hold up, Sonic, put the koofies on. Put the rainbow koofies on. Sonic Unleashed is about Sonic coming out.
Coming out of his shell and showing everyone his freaking massive paws.
Because he becomes a freak at night. Now hold on, brothers.
What is this? A freaking sermon?
Oh my god. G4 says, my English teacher literally made us listen to Kendrick Lamar Damn album and told us to write about how it's a deconstruction of capitalism. And I was like, how? Damn? She chooses Damn? And not To Pimp a Butterfly? She chooses... Oh my... What? Are you serious? What? What? If you want to say, like, To Pimp a Butterfly, yeah, sure. Like, For Free would be the easiest one. But To Pimp a But Damn? No. Okay, so Levy doesn't listen to this music. Ah, man, if Matt was here, he would he would go off in like 30 minutes. But no. It was okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not the most musically inclined person.
No, you're fine.
Now, if you talk about J-pop or J-rock, I probably got you.
J-pop, more like
video game OSTs.
Yeah.
No, you say that about K-pop. You say that about K-pop.
No. I was just kidding. I was just joking.
I know. K-pop, more like K-pop.
Why do they put this K-pop slop when I'm expecting J-pop Kino? Anyway, yeah.
Wait, Mason, I don't know if I asked you this, but what are your thoughts? Speaking of K-pop, what are your thoughts on K-pop Demon Hunters getting a Criterion Blu-ray or whatever? If you have one, I'm just thinking. It just popped in my head.
I feel like if I'm familiar with what that, I heard about that, but I'm just not that too familiar. I think I talked about this with Matt. I
Mm,
if I'm familiar from that conversation that I had with him, like that Criterion is supposed to be like like a achievements a museum of
yeah,
achievements in film.
yeah. It's basically like the best of the best type movies.
I don't think so. I don't think it should be. I think I mean, what kind of a I'm trying to think about it in both sides, right? One side is it's not really achieving anything other than being a really like a movie that sold gangbusters, that had
Like, okay, they
that sold
focus on licensing, restoring, and distributing important classic and contemporary films. I don't think
important.
this is that important or classic. It is contemporary because it recently came out, but like, no.
I'm thinking like the importance because it did do gangbusters culturally, and not in the sense of everybody really loving K-pop. It was riding off of the wave of people of a K-pop scene that was already here, right? And
Mm,
not only
right.
that, it was making its round with toy sales, and it had a number one hit in America, which if you are a hit in America, it doesn't matter where else in the world that you are a hit in because you're a hit in America. And it's it was a profitable movie. It had some cultural staying power, but in the messages of that movie, it was like it's a kids film. It's it's a kids film about that I understand. It's about letting go of family trauma. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
mm,
That's what it's supposed to be about. And I know like you've heard my like my thoughts on it because I remember usually after I watch a movie with Levy, we I I instinctually just go off of a like a 30 minute
tangent.
a 30-minute tangent of my unfiltered thoughts. I just take it all in like a sponge, and I'm like, this is my thoughts on it.
I
This is what I don't like
I
about
still
it.
think my favorite tangent of you to go off for a second is the one you did for All Dogs Go to Heaven when we watched it.
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna say Night at the Zoopocalypse because I made a Sonic Heroes reference.
I actually don't remember that.
Oh dang, that was pretty funny. I thought that was pretty funny.
I'm sure it was, but I genuinely don't remember. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. That's okay.
I'm like, damn, I don't remember that, but I remember. I think I only remember All Dogs because like that's one of my favorite movies of all time. So like, I tend to remember a lot of stuff that I like that I'm adjacent to, I guess.
No, and I get why you remember that a lot more because it's me. Because you're like, man, I hope Mason really likes All Dogs Go to Heaven, and I'm like, yeah, I like it. And you're like, yes, yes, time for the Dog Bluth marathon. Which, the
I,
floodgates have been opened. I gave him the gateway drug.
yeah, basically.
And I was like, yeah, nothing's tops all dogs. Sorry, nothing tops all dogs. All dogs peak.
So
All
far,
dogs clear the rest of the Don Bluth catalog so far that we've watched. Um,
damn.
sorry. You shouldn't have started with peak. Sorry, because
Well,
everything.
I'm sorry. That was like my first Don Bluth anything when I was a child.
Yeah.
It's not my fault I started with Peak as a child.
Man, but yeah,
Um,
going back to
but
K-pop. Go
basically,
ahead.
the criterion is at the end of the day, you're basically saying, man, Fix should have gotten that Criterion collection.
What? No. No, I know you're
I
joking.
know,
You're
I know,
joking.
I
You're
know,
joking.
I
You're
know, I
joking.
know. That's not. I'm joking. I'm
You're
joking.
joking. Yeah, I'm like, that has to be a joke. That's right. I'm not getting baited. You're not raising my
No,
cortisol. I refuse.
no, 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 no. Even I know, like, nah. I'll just be fine with a regular Blu-ray release of that if that's even possible.
If
That's
that's
probably not
possible.
going to happen, no.
G4 says, "Remember when I told you women-owned media and films? K-pop Demon Hunters is a reflection of that." Oh yeah, that's also a good reason. It targets women.
Wasn't that directed by a woman too?
I don't K-pop Demon Hunters. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes. Let me check real quick.
Yeah, I that goes
I
back.
feel like
Yeah,
it was.
that goes back to what I was talking about. Like women will turn out more than
Yep.
men.
It was
Yeah,
co-directed by a woman.
yeah, women will turn out for like the arts more than men will. For some reason, men
Mm.
for it's not that men don't like art because men love video games. Video games will always be a male dominated thing. Because yeah, video games will always be a male dominated thing. That's just it, right? Like women just don't even really compare to like what's going on, right? So men
Mm-hmm.
do like the arts. It's just they've been pretty much pushed out of a lot of things. Books. Yeah, you have books. We have like a lot of like female-led publishing houses, and it's just a taboo from what I'm familiar with. It's pretty much a taboo for there to be a male's publishing house, or there's a lot of incentives for more women to be into publishing, and then you have, well, we do have film, and it's kind of like flip flops back and forth between that. But when it's like a woman, it really gets pushed out for the big stuff. For the big stuff, I suppose. I'm just talking about generalities, right? In video games, it's like a thing that it's still completely male dominated. That it's one of the few like Barbie versus Oppenheimer. Yeah, Barbie versus Oppenheimer. I saw Oppenheimer. I I saw Oppenheimer. I'm trying to remember what I thought about it. It it was I completely forgot about my thoughts about Oppenheimer. I just thought it was like pretty long. I don't. Yo, it's crazy, man. I just want to go back to a monoculture where, because people don't talk about Oppenheimer or Barbie anymore. Things only exist within sequels. Nothing's really a
Mm.
touchstone in culture anymore. If it is, it's probably only in hype. I think the only movie that people still, for me personally, I think the only movie that people will still frequently talk about would be something like Spider Verse. And Spider Man is forever. Spider Man.
I was gonna say Shrek 2 for some reason.
Who talks about well? Who have you met at your job who talks about Shrek 2?
No one, because I don't talk to anyone at my job.
Or have you or eavesdrop a conversation with somebody talking about Shrek 2?
Okay, fair.
Exactly. Exactly. G4 says it's so true.
I only
Everybody forgot about it. I don't think everybody
I
forgot.
only bring it.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I only bring it up because everyone constantly glazes that movie as being like the greatest sequel of all time or something like that, or proof that sequels can be better than the original type shit. And he's not saying type shit like you. Um,
Right. Right.
that was my mentality because I'm like because I feel like people still glaze Shrek 2 on occasion, but yeah, in comparison to something more recent like Spider Verse, um, doesn't get talked about as much, and I
Yeah.
feel like Spider Verse is only talked about because of two reasons: because of its animation style, and because the recent movie ended on a cliffhanger, so there's still speculation and shit
No. You
on
you
what's
you
gonna happen.
you brought up a point that I wanted to talk about because I think relevance is when somebody wants to do something, they say, "Oh, it's like Spider Verse." Like when I want to like I remember every time I would show Purgatory Academy or Just the Reaper, the first thing that people see is they see a black character in not a comic book style or not a Disney style, and they're like, "Oh, this is like the Boondocks." Like, you know what I mean? That's relevance.
Yeah.
That's cultural relevance. Boondocks is a touch. it is a cultural American touch, like it is a American cornerstone because people like if you try to make something, everybody's going to compare what you're doing to that. That is an example of having cultural relevance, right?
Mm.
People still talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yes, that is another touchstone of cultural relevance because when somebody yeah, like literally any like either people just have either there's a still active fan base of it, people bothering Paramount, which is what didn't they just buy out Warner Brothers recently?
Yes, it's true.
This is true. This is true. Um, they bought like the Avatar, well, which yeah, it was sad time for Avatar fans. Yeah, everybody pirated the movie, and like Paramount, even though Paramount was like, we don't care about this. Every when it got leaked, everybody saw it, and Paramount's like, oh well, I guess we're not doing any more Avatar stuff anymore. Like hopefully, let's hope the game sells the Avatar fighting game sells gangbusters. I guess. And if it doesn't so well, oh well, we'll just rely like 1,000 more years of SpongeBob SquarePants, I guess. 1,000 more years of
We have
darkness.
the YouTube channel.
We have the YouTube channel. 1,000 more years of darkness. 1,000 more years of SpongeBob.
What about Cowboy Bebop?
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Uh, ye, ye, um, yeah, because I still like I still make I see still would see people would try to reference Cowboy Bebop whenever they can. You know, I it's not as prevalent as it was, but it is a culture. I would say it's still like one of those touchstones. If it was specifically in that era of anime, in that era, and the echoes of that era, where people like after it aired and everyone's like, "Yo, this was really good," right? And then now I think
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of fade away until people just feel like making a bunch of bebop references like the Akira bike slide. I feel like the Akira bike slide is more is more ubiquitous in the movie itself.
That's sad.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop is nostalgia gooning. Yeah, just like the Akira bike slide. Well, that's what G4 says. G4 says even Coffee made a good review of the leaked Avatar movie. I really liked it because I really liked the Avatar movie. Um, I'm trying to remember I'm trying to remember it because like remember like what I said about it because it was that the Avatar movie was another movie where I had a tirade of my unfiltered thoughts through it. I keep telling Levy that like he should secretly record me after we watch a movie so I can just be like, okay, so here's my thoughts, da 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 da. But I generally liked the entire vibe that they were going for with the Avatar movie, but it's been a while since I've seen it. And I should probably write down my idea so I can have a better memory of it. But yeah, I feel like that was a section of this podcast. What else is down the list?
Oh fuck. I gotta bust out my thing.
Why did you bust it
I
back?
don't think we're gonna, because we were just going off. We were just going off talking about stuff. Oh yeah, to answer a question that you had about the egg carrying game, that was a separate game from before. That was like an extremely hard game. That's the game you were thinking of earlier,
Oh, okay.
where like the two birds were like carrying the egg or whatever by their beaks. So that and Big Walk or whatever the hell it's called are completely different games.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, we were talking about Summer Game Fest, but I guess we could probably skip ahead and go and talk about the Xbox Direct that you thought was pretty good.
Okay, before we go, that G4 says, "Are your movie rants on your YouTube channel?" I never saw them. No, I just no. I guess it's basically it's suffice to say, how I am on these live streams is kind of the same. generally as I am off screen, as I am off them. Would you vouch for that, Levy?
Yeah.
I'm pretty much the same. Um, so when I when I have an idea or when I just download a lot of information, I tend to just like spit everything out. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just tend to spit everything out. And I say things that it's like, oh wow, I should write that down or I should probably do a review on it. Like there was this one time I saw Mickey 13. I had a whole Google document. I wanted to rant about it with to Matt, but I was in the middle of a plane ride and I had no internet, so I just like written down my entire thoughts on a Google Drive doc and I did nothing with it. I probably should have just put it on a Substack, but it's still sitting up on Google Drive.
I'm surprised you didn't like record yourself saying it. But then again, you said you were on the plane, right?
What?
I'm surprised you didn't record yourself putting out your thoughts, but like
Oh
you
no,
did say
that's
you were on a
effort.
plane ride.
I was on a plane ride, so I was like, that's effort. G4 says Levy's yeah was not so convincing.
I'm sorry, I was in mid eat. I was in mid devour.
Dang. That's
But I would say
I'm taking Levy.
the way
I'm
you
taking
act
Levy
in
to
the
the back of
street
the.
is the simple.
I'm taking Levy to the back of the shed and saying, "You're embarrassing me."
You're gonna treat me like the freaking gay guys from Mission Hill. You're gonna take me outside or something and be like, "Can you stop? You stop being so stupid, you gay bastard."
Real. Anyway.
I don't want everyone to know my personal business.
So anyway, back to the thing. The Xbox game show. I just felt like I just felt like it was more fun. It showed more out of all three of the thing. Out of all the three, well, the Games Fest, Jeff Keighley's Games Fest, the Sony, and then the Xbox.
I legit forgot about the Sony one. I'm gonna be real.
Exactly. Sony was just boring. Well, they showed Wolverine, and I was just not.
I forgot about it so hard I didn't even write it down in my fucking list. It just blanked out.
What do you
That
mean?
wasn't real.
What do you mean you forgot Insomniac's newest movie game? It had a ton of blood, and it was high fidelity, and you got to see Wolverine slice women.
And you know what game you could also do that with back in the day? X-Men's Origins Wolverine.
But that was like 20...
This isn't the first time they've done an M-rated Wolverine game. I've played these games before, goddammit.
And it goes back to what I said before. Like, a lot of these games are just stuff that came out like 10, 15 years ago, but it's just higher fidelity and lower quality. It's made...
Yeah.
Games that come out today are the same games that came out 10, 20 years ago, but they're just not as good. So it's made for people who didn't play games 10 or 20 years ago. That's just it. Anybody who says a modern game is good, that just tells me they just haven't played video games for a long time. And that's fine. I don't expect people to crack out emulators. You know what I mean? Because everything is effort, right? People love convenience. And people don't really care about the gaming medium. They just want to be entertained. They want to buy the video game box. They want to buy a PS5 just to play Madden. You know what I mean? Just to play 2K. I don't know if
you say that, and there are people. Yeah, Madden is still. There's something coming out.
Yeah, I'm out of it.
People who do that. I have an uncle that I think I told you, but I have an uncle that literally brought a PS5 just so he can keep playing Madden or whatever sports games he's playing, and I'm like, damn, you know that doubles as a Blu-ray player, dude.
Yeah,
you could buy movies.
Yeah, that's literally what is up. Well, that's what I mean when I say too many people are in gaming right now. It's people who just buy the consoles to just play one game, and if they have a family, their kids will be like, I want to play a game. I want to play the new Wolverine.
I want to play
I
SpongeBob.
want to play SpongeBob. And like everybody who's making games now, they are like, okay, we don't need to try as hard because we already have the formula, the Krabby Patty secret formula, and these kids aren't raised up on the formula, so we can just make the imitation. We can just give them chum in this in the format of the Krabby Patty, and they'll eat it up, and they're like, oh yeah, I guess this is. Oh yeah, this is the God of War, like the God of War of like the PS3 era. Nom nom nom. It tastes good. It tastes the same. He's more mature, and I'm like, no, no, not really. It's not the same, really. It's not as good, really. It's different, but don't call it. Yo, just don't don't call a hot dog a sandwich, buddy. Like it's something completely different. That's just me, though. That's just me.
Hmm.
G4 says Wolverine used to be my favorite Marvel hero. Tornado Claw. The the new game looks boring. Um, yeah. When I saw the game, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's another superhero game with a that stole the mechanics from Batman Arkham, from the Batman Arkham games." Like you show up, spam X, or it's PlayStation, so spam square and press triangle a couple times, and then you win. Triangle, dodge, or parry, then you win. Everything just looks high fidelity now, and uh, it's uh, it's it's safe. It's safe edgy. Because I remember I was watching somebody who made a point. When you look at the gameplay, you see him stabbing people. You see blood everywhere, but there's no dismemberment. You know what I mean? It's safe edgy. Like having blood everywhere, like that's I feel like that's enough for the modern audience who thinks, "Oh man, this is serious." He's stabbing people. They're saying, "Damn." saying they're saying swear words. This is for the adult guys.
And honestly, that just reminds me of like Ninja Gaiden. I can say any Ninja Gaiden, honestly, but specifically 3 when I played it on like the Wii U back in the day, because that was just one of those games where, and that had dismemberments too, and that was just one of those games where like you were just slicing up people, and like when you freaking dismembered them, they go like "fuck you" all the time, and I'm like, wow, this is so edgy. And I think the whole plot of that game was like, is Ryu Hayabusa, is he doing all these things in the name of justice, or does he just enjoy the killing or something like that? It was fucking stupid.
Yeah, like I mean, wait, when did that come out? What year did that come out?
2012, I think. Let me check.
Listen, listen, listen. That was well. I was gonna say
Almost
that was
like
in the same similar era of like.
2012.
Okay, so that was in the similar era, the emo edgy era. Well, gaming has been in an emo edgy era for like a while. I wouldn't say it started with Shadow the Hedgehog, but Shadow the Hedgehog didn't form in a vacuum. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it's like there like gaming had an affinity of edgy stuff. Let's say around 2000. Well, I want to say Shadow the Hedgehog because it's an easy pinpoint. Probably like 2000. Wait, would you count Devil May Cry as edgy?
I wouldn't count it as edgy personally.
It just has it has an angsty aesthetic because
Hmm.
there is okay. So let's say there was an era of gaming that was angst, right? That and then that angst wanted to go mainstream, and it turned to edge. And I would say like the angst era was a lot of probably Final Fantasy. We can say start probably around Final Fantasy VII. Probably didn't start there, but I would say the general vibe of Final Fantasy VII was angst. Would you agree? I know you said you haven't played
Yeah.
it, right?
From
And
what I
then
saw through pop culture osmosis,
yeah,
because that was kind of like the vibe that Square was going with their protagonist by that point. Cloud. I feel like Cloud was one of those characters that was like, oh, people like this, women like this character, so we got to do it again, and they did it again with Squall, who was just Cloud, but even even more less fleshed out. I feel,
right.
but I don't know. That's they. I feel like they wanted to do more darker and edgier stuff for a while.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I love the angst and edge. It's pretty cool, because it I like the angst and edge because it's pretty masculine in a way. Because like what's like I guess people be like, no, not really. Uh, Here's a big example: Guts, Berserk. That's angst and edge, and guys are like, this is cool. This is the coolest thing ever. It's the guy. Nobody understands Guts. He suffers. The whole book, the whole story is Guts suffering, and like anytime he is close to like having anything good in his life, the author Miura just like rips it away from him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And what else? What else? We were talking about like Ed. We were talking about Edge. Ah, man, I hate that I lost my train of thought. Unfortunate. Dang. Anyway, G4 says I saw the review of the game by somebody named Rating for Vengeance. Never saw someone going in on a game so much. Which game are you talking about? Okay. Anyway, since we kind of exhausted that option, what else is on the list if you remember? Well, yeah, the Xbox Game Show. Xbox Game Show, right?
I was gonna go over the state of play that you had me popping it up.
Okay, yeah, I have nothing to say about the Xbox Game Show other than it felt like the most the things for gamers, even though it had a lot of interesting aspects in it, interesting aspects of it. But that's just the state of gaming at this point.
I still think to go to the state of play for a second. I still think the new Marvel fighting game looks pretty decent. I'm still interested to see how they're going to handle a 4v4 fighting thing, even though I know it's probably been like talked about in some developer interviews, but I'm a lazy fuck, so I don't know. I don't remember shit. Rayman was shown after that. I'm pretty interested in that. That'll be a fun little friend swap game to play through when that comes out.
I feel like wasn't that like the last Rayman game that they made, and they're remaking it?
Yeah, and apparently they're only remaking it to gauge interest in a Rayman 4
I hate that
or
so
something like
much.
that.
I hate that
And
so
yeah,
much.
I agree. I agree that I agree with that. I was about to say that. I'm like, that is the dumbest shit ever. Because if this underperforms, and let's be real, Rayman has never been a strong performer for Ubisoft at all. The idea that a franchise needs to be held hostage rather, um, to proceed forward by remaking a game and having that do well, on having that basically be its only hope, is the dumbest shit imaginable. It's just, I don't. The gaming industry, the decision of the gaming industry just gets more and more retarded by the year.
It's made
I
by
say it is what
investors.
it is, but like, no. I remember now, because this is exactly the type of shit that happened with Zone of the Enders. That's what I was going to compare it to, because I was going over this recently in my mind, and I was like, yeah, because that's what Kojima said about Zone of the Enders, and they had a whole ass character presentation all lined up. They was gonna show they showed off how the the robot design, the orbital frame, Jyoti is going to look like in this game. They're going for like a freaking darker and edgier design and shit. And the HD remasters, not only did they perform like ass to the point where they needed a patch from a completely different company, they sold like ass too. So that third game's never happening.
Here lies Zone of the Enders.
The idea, huh?
Here lies Zone of the Enders. You never scored.
Yeah. You're like sort of
He never scored.
I'm sorry to go off of my autistic rant about Zone of the Enders, about a franchise you've probably played once and then was like, that was neat. I'm never playing this again.
That was a neat 4-hour experience.
But like it really does resonate with me because it ties it back to that whole buy this game and we might release this game that you actually want, because I feel like that happened with Dragon Quest too. I feel like a lot of people, the only reason why we got the recent Dragon Quest games localized is because people just brought Heroes, because that was like the first Dragon Quest game to come out in the West in like forever at the time.
It would
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's still a stupid ass fucking thing to do.
Like it would make sense. Like if I was in their position, I feel like it would make sense for them to make not just a Rayman Legends a remake, because I don't think Rayman 4 wouldn't even play like Rayman Legends, so that makes no sense. Because like you know what I mean.
It'll be like fully 3D or something.
It's fully 3D. It, like you played Rayman 2 or 3, right?
Right.
Yeah. So if it's gonna be a Rayman 4, it would make way more sense to like if they are going to do a remake, it would make a way more sense to remake Rayman 2 or 3, or remake or reimagine Rayman 1.
And considering how many times they've ported Rayman 2, I know what you mean. Considering how many times they've ported Rayman 2, I'm surprised they haven't just decided, let's just remake this. Like, if the idea is to get the studio who developed Rayman 2 back then, by the way, to get more familiar with this kind of stuff for, like, the future Rayman game, then wouldn't it make more sense to just have them do a 3D title?
Dude, yeah, it makes... I'm like, how does Ubisoft have money? They just keep making flops. They make quadruple A flops. I'm like, who's funding this? Is it the ADF? Like, what is it? Is it the IDF? Oh my, ADF. Is it the IDF? Holy
personal opinion, I wouldn't say their games are garbage, but I'd say they're very milquetoast. Like it feels like they just exist to prove to people, hey guys, we the French can make stuff too.
Honestly,
like a lot of their games are enjoyable, but you're not gonna fucking remember them after a couple of years. Like you played through Starfield, whatever the fuck that game's called. I don't even remember what it's called now.
No, wait, actually,
are you gonna remember that game?
Actually, you know what?
Are you gonna remember?
No,
Phoenix.
You just made me remember. You just reminded me of something. I have a theory. Everything would make sense if Ubisoft is only exist because they're French, right? They're a French company, and they have Ubisoft
They
Montreal.
exist because the government.
Yeah, I feel like they're a government subsidized company. I feel like that's the only reason why Ubisoft is still around. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Cause like they've been I've never seen a company work on the same game but on Good and Evil for like decades.
As long as they have.
They're able to make. It wasn't Sea of Thieves. They made a pirate game. Which they called like the world first quadruple A video game, which they dumped like literally like $1 billion in, and that flopped. And they made the the Avatar game, which cost, I'm pretty sure the development was a pretty penny, And like the only thing
Skull
that
and Bones. That was the name of
Skull
the
and
game.
Bones,
Sorry,
yeah.
I had to
Like
look that up.
the Avatar game that I remember, the only thing about the Avatar game that I remember was RDC World playing it playing it, and they were like, "Okay, guys, I'm gonna play this off stream," and like, and, and that's it.
The crazy thing about Ubisoft is that back then, I feel like there were a bit more of an ambitious game dev, which you could say about any fucking game dev, honestly, because they were making like licensed stuff that was actually good. Like there was the Donald Duck game I showed you.
There was the Surf's Up game. Yeah.
There was a Surf's Up game. There was King Kong. They did Avatar, right?
Didn't they do Ratatouille?
No, that was THQ.
Okay. All right.
That was Heavy Iron Studios.
Okay.
They even published some Japanese titles back then.
Man, that's crazy.
Remember No More Heroes? I'm sure if they didn't release it, that game wouldn't have lasted 3 games.
If Ubisoft released No More Heroes, you'll probably be seeing No More Heroes 5. I'm gonna be real.
No, they did. That's the thing. They did.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah, they did for the first 2 games on the Wii.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure that if we didn't get those games in the West, we would not have gotten like all those extra sequels because the games did more. The game did better in the West than they did in Japan.
Okay. Okay, I get you. G4 says people started saying China will save gaming. What? No.
Mobile gaming, perhaps,
yeah,
and that's not really a good thing.
Mobile gaming, and Japan's already doing. Japan dropped making PS3 type games for PS2 type games for mobile games. Everybody stopped making like games that they would make for the PS2 for mobile games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But everybody
it's really no different than how licensed games are made now because nobody makes. With very few exceptions, there's very little licensed games made. Most licensed games that would have been made back then on a PS2 are now just mobile games that die within a year or 2 if you're lucky.
Unless your Simpsons tapped out and you live forever.
Like it really speaks to me that Disney Speedstorm is basically Mario Kart with Disney characters, Disney Pixar characters, and it's a fucking free-to-play game with gacha elements. It's a fun game, mechanically. It's genuinely fun, and I've probably spent way more time on it than I really should have. But is there any reason why this shouldn't have been, like, a $50 game with potential DLC, which is also a practice that is very contentious, but it is what it is. I blame the Dreamcast.
Why the Dreamcast?
The Dreamcast kind of started the idea of DLC, honestly. From what I can understand for consoles. Because back then, you would download a file, and basically it was on this DLC. The file would just unlock something that's already on the disc. Like, you would download a file from the internet, that you can connect to your Dreamcast. You save it to your VMU, your memory card, and then it will basically unlock something that's already on the disc. I feel like Sega basically started the whole DLC trend, and then Microsoft, as they do, basically went ahead and ruined it even further by micromanaging it, charging money and stuff.
Okay. Anyway, what else? What were we talking about?
We were talking about Rayman and it's and Ubisoft some shitty what.
Yeah, no. Like going back to the what we were.
The state of play.
The state of
lame.
Yeah, the state of lame.
Okay, what else was there? But yeah, looking forward to Rayman. I guess that'll be a fun front flop game. What else was shown at State of Play? Korean game I don't care about.
You mean the Korean game where the Stellar Blade game?
Oh no, that's something else. No.
Okay.
Um, I think it was Chinese actually. God, I am just firing all cylinders. Tomb Raider remake that apparently a lot of people are giving who's the dev Crystal Dynamics shit for, because apparently they're using like some sort of AI for textures or something. I don't fucking know.
Anybody that pass, who cares? I don't care. Sorry, don't really care that much.
No, it's cool. I thought that was inspired. Some a little bit more of a reaction from you, but it is what it is.
No, yeah, I've been on internet on the mostly Twitter. Been on Twitter for long enough to hear anybody who has an outrage over AI. I'm like this. I don't even have the money to pay for it to play this game. So I'm like, dude, come on. Who cares? I'm like, who cares? Don't care. Another Tomb Raider game. Please, sure, yeah, sure. They're trying to keep it relevant. That's fair.
They're just trying to keep people on their toes until the next game comes out,
yeah,
which is in development. Dynasty Warriors 3 gets a remaster or a remake or whatever the fuck they're calling it. I might get that, maybe. Dragons are here.
You know what's kind of funny when people like get mad at like the textures in AI? I'm thinking, when's the last time anybody would talk about the texture work in a video game?
This is true.
That's why I don't care.
It's like, and I'm gonna put my foot down here for a second. AI was used prior to this big boom when people was using it to up-res texture anyway. Why the fuck do people care? Like, people would up-res this shit using AI all the time back in the 6th gen, back in the PS3 and 360 era. That's how HD remasters of games kind of got made, honestly. They're not going to recreate the thing from the ground up unless it was like a big budgeted thing. They just up-res it.
And when they
but either nobody knew or nobody cared back then.
And if it wasn't that, they were just stealing, like they were just taking royalty-free images, like from like
yeah, they were pulling a Capcom and taking fucking images without permission, like they did for Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, they're not serious. Nobody is serious. They just hate it because AI. That sucks. But it's like I'm not an AI apologist. Like, right? I'm not being like, oh man, leave the big companies alone, right?
Leave the poor $1 million company alone, Mason. They're best.
Yeah, I'm not for that, right? I don't really care because like that's not my company. I'm not gonna play the game. I hate when people pretend
you don't work for them.
Yeah, I don't work for them. I don't get any money from like making Tomb Raider, if Tomb Raider is a good game or not. I just hate when people pretend that they care.
That is fair.
I'm not convinced people care. I think people see AI and they're like, "That sucks." I'm mad. I'm mad.
It's the new trigger word, I guess.
Yeah.
It's the new awakened sleeper agent moment.
Like if someone's making like, oh man, we have an entirely made AI in freaking AI made video game, no one's gonna buy it. Let's be real. No one's gonna care because no one's gonna buy it because it's most likely gonna be garbage. It's gonna look like what? It's gonna look worse than Nintendo hired this man.
This is what video game graphics will look like in 2012.
Exactly.
G4 says was shown.
G4 says, when's the next poppin' indie game like Among Us? Only up Fall Guys. I really want Into the Unwell to do well. I don't want it to be like, well, I guess it's not really my thing. I want it to do well, but if it becomes like a cultural phenomenon, that's gonna, like Cuphead, that's gonna be annoying. but I'm good at it's like diverging myself away from internet culture.
I want Big Walk to do well out of spite for people who got mad at the fact that they showed it at the Western Nintendo Direct and over Toho. Also, it just looks interesting. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and the Nintendo Direct that showed off a lot of games as
I'm
well.
getting there.
Oh yeah, true, true, true. Continue as you were saying.
Sorry. Onimusha was shown. That looks interesting. It has a demo. Um, that I should download eventually. I'm not gonna download it now because I don't want to eat up the bandwidth.
Okie dokie.
Um, Ace Combat was shown quite a bit, and they even had like a little short little thing about that. That looks pretty cool. I don't know if you'll like it, Mason. It's basically a flight sim game.
I mean, soon when I'm done with my SMT phase, I might get into a flight simulator game, flight simulator
Yeah, you
phase.
should you should play Ace Combat 4 or 3.
I I have 4 on Steam, so I'll see if I can make time for it.
Four
When
is not on Steam. I think you have like 7 or 6.
I have Ace Combat, one of the Ace Combats
You have
probably.
7. You have 7 if you have it on Steam. Because 8 is the recent one that's about to come out.
I'm gonna have to
But yeah,
update Steam.
that's
Yeah, go ahead.
that's a pretty. I If you ever stream that, I will probably watch if I'm not like blacked out.
All right, all right. I got you.
A new Until Dawn was shown. That's more your game than mine.
Jeez, I know. Chat's gonna probably have fun watching me play that because these kinds of movie games are made for people or made for streamers.
Mm.
It's made for streamers. Oh wait, G4 said something. G4 says internet monoculture is so repetitive. Same topic every year. It's like we stagnated.
Okay, there we go. My connection died for a second, and you roboted, and then you sprung back, and I heard you in like fragments.
Okay, so let me say that again.
Because
G.
I heard you say Until Dawn is just a game that's made for streamers, and then
Okay.
you died.
Okay, I just read what G4 said, which was internet monoculture is so repetitive, same topic every year. It's like we stagnated.
Hmm.
Nothing to say about that.
I'm blanking out. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. Well, when it comes to like the internet culture, I do my best to stay out of it and only stay into what I like because I think the biggest psyop I have ever heard is people saying being in a bubble is bad. Like being in a media bubble is bad. You should like surround yourself with as diverse as many things as possible. And I'm like, no, people are. That's like saying everybody should be a Renaissance man. No, not really. When you have something that you are interested in, it makes sense that you are going to. It makes sense that you're just going to you're going to be attracted to things of a similar nature. And the only way that you're going to branch out isn't going to be by force, by thinking I need to watch more things. It's going to be by something that you like. And if something that you like have an element of something different, then you would like find out like, oh man, what is this? Oh, is this what westerns are? Oh, maybe I'll just try watching another western. And that's how you branch out naturally, right? I don't think people should do anything. I think people should like what they like. And if they branch out, they will branch out naturally. That's like for me, for example, I didn't get into racing games until I played Sleeping Dogs. And Sleeping Dogs. Wait, yeah, that was the game. Until I played Sleeping. Wait, I was thinking about Watch Dogs. I was playing Sleeping Dogs, and what got me into racing games was playing the racing segment in Sleeping Dogs, right? And the racing segment in Sleeping Dogs, it was mediocre. It was not really that great. However, it was fun enough for me to think, wow, racing games are pretty. Is this what racing games are like? Dang. And when I left that, when I nearly 100% completed that game, I went to the first racing game that I had in my Steam library, which was like Grid. And after playing Grid, I was Grid 2, and then so on and so forth. It's like that's just how things are when it comes to branching out. It's but yeah, that's nothing to say about like the current internet monoculture because the current internet like when was a time where the monoculture was good that wasn't centered around Christ? Come on, let's be real here. That like if it wasn't like everything centered around Christ, it was just centered around consumerism. It basically was what Miyazaki hates the most about Japanese culture. And that is just rapid consumerism. It is just rapid product. It's and it would be a bonus if those stories were good, if those products are good. But let's not pretend that what's going on. It is what it is. It is just rapid consumerism. Like no one's going to go in the next 20 years saying how good the themes and the messages of Pokemon was the original run of Pokemon because nobody cares about the story of Pokemon because they just think the characters are cute and they gotta collect them all because they were conditioned to care about collecting all of these cute monsters and with the Pokemon rap with 150 and more to see to be the Pokemon master of the century. You know what I mean? That's all I care about. That's all people care about is the consumerist culture. But that's all I gotta say about it. The modern culture is just consumerism. Um, Damn, why so much heat for Pokemon? Because it's like the pretty much the biggest example. It's the biggest example. Because you see Pokemon because Pokemon has touched literally everything. It touched movies. It touched TV. It touched games. It touched like pocket. What was it? Pocket card games. And not only that, I've seen like how many people actually know how to play Pokemon? Most people who have Pokemon cards, they don't know how to play it. They just want to collect them. Because I remember when I was like selling at flea and farmers markets, there were little kids like 10 years old. They would go up to like trading card TCG game booths, talking to the vendor like the kid was a 30-year-old man being like, all right, what you got? All right, I got a Squirtle. What can I get for that? Oh man, you got a Venusaur? Oh man, I trade you my Ivysaur and my Squirt and my freaking and my didgeridoo. I can't even I don't even know. Now I'm sounding because I can't name every Pokemon. Merchandising, yeah. Do you think people care about Pokemon for the stories? No, people care about Pokemon because, well, before it was supposed to be your friends. Pokemons were supposed to be your friends. That's, well, I take that from like a guy that really loves Pokemon, like for Lord Frogmire or something. That was his name. He says like the entire appeal of Pokemon from the start was that you have these monsters that yeah you can train and fight, but they're supposed to be your friends that you level up, and whatnot. But now the way that Pokemon takes the Pokemon Company takes Pokemon, they're like, no, they are just your slaves of entertainment. They are every Pokemon you have, they are slaves, and you must battle them for your enjoyment, for your pleasure. And right now, Pokemon's probably like I don't know. This is probably like the most revenue Pokemon has ever seen in its entire existence. We are in that era.
Since um Pokemania or whatever.
Yeah,
back when it first started in like the 90s.
Yeah, since Pokemania. And now it's just a constant thing. A constant Pokemon victory. So yeah, no one cares. Like,
Wow.
yeah, we just to bring it back. Yeah, the monoculture is still the culture of the '80s, and which is just rapid consumerism. Don't want to sound like Miyazaki. Don't really want to sound like, oh man, capitalism's bad, bro. Because come on, that's not what I don't care that much. But but it's that's just what it is. Let's be real here. That's where we live in. That's what's going on. We don't gotta fight. We don't gotta pretend like it is what it isn't, or it isn't what it is. What are your thoughts on it, Levy? Hey, what are your thoughts on it, Levy?
Wait, wait. My thoughts on what I blanked out.
This is Miyazaki's law. G-Force is based on Miyazaki's long lost black son. No, honestly, after reading that Miyazaki documentary book that my brother got me for Christmas, I was the first thing that I noticed was, yo, I respect this guy, but I would probably hate him if I met him. Like but he's just an old guy. He's just an old man who life just kicked him in the pants so many times, and that's just what happens when you live a long life. Life just like it happens to everybody. It happened to Disney. Happened to Stan Lee. Happened to it happens to everybody who's who lives a very long life and just gets it's easy to get jaded. That's what I'm trying to say. We talked about this before. We talked about this before, and I relate to that. But yeah, like I said, I was talking about we were talking about how the internet monoculture is repetitive, same topics every year. It's like we stagnated. What are your thoughts on that, Levy? Did you blank out again?
I did. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's move on to the next thing.
No, repeat it again.
What are your thoughts on monoculture being stagnated?
Oh, what's monoculture? I'm still not sure about that.
Oh, I I thought I told you about monoculture. It's like it is a well breaking it down. It's a culture that everybody shared. Like when you think about the '90s, everybody when you think about the '90s, everybody has a shared experience of the TV of the shows that they watched, the movies that they watched, the technology that they used, the entertainment that they what their beliefs were at the time. Not only
Mhm.
just in politics, but in taste of music.
Right.
Like that's kind of that's like that is like an example of monoculture being practiced in practice.
Hmm.
Not just it's not just what is popular. It's a shared experience.
Okay.
A shared experience and like a shared it's a shared experience. To for and I guess that's a good way to putting it. So what are your thoughts on the monoculture being lame, fake and gay?
I don't really have an opinion at the moment. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine. Levy seems out of it. That's what you
No,
feel.
I'm not. I'm not out of it. I'm fine.
Okay. Uh, what's on the next topic?
Um, what was that? Oh yeah, Mom of War.
Mom of War.
They spent like 20, 30 fucking minutes on this damn thing.
I don't know
I
what.
forget. I forget. I forget what even the title was. That's how much I don't care about it.
Oh yeah, God of War.
Lawfay.
Laffy. You know what's so crazy? I really don't understand why people like seeing women get beat up. I don't like. Why do people like seeing women get abused on like in media? I don't get it. It's like I'm like I thought we all were supposed to like love women. Why do we expect? Why are I thought I am a woman that lover, right? I love women.
I
Like,
thought we're supposed to love women. What the hell?
yeah, I thought we were supposed to love women. So why are there so much media where I see Wolverine like stabbing like stabbing women into like a bloody mess?
Stabbing the hench person.
Yeah, stabbing a hench person. Why do we see Why do you see our superheroes stabbing women in the abdomen and throwing them off off cars? Why do we see women getting like their head slammed into concrete on into like boulders and like thrown thrown the distance of a freaking Yankee stadium? Why do we see why are we seeing like all these women and like fighting and getting like utterly obliterated? Or you can go back to like the remake of Tomb Raider or Womb Raider, where you see Laura Croft just getting like utterly demolished.
Yeah, getting a freaking branch stuck in her like she's freaking Edward Elric or some
Dude,
shit.
I remember one of the Tomb Raider games. Like it is a canon event where you like fall in a ditch and you get like a metal rod. Like she gets a metal rod pierced through her abdomen, and like your whole thing is just trying to crawl out of being impaled. And I'm like, dude, why are we doing this? Like, what is the point?
Why are we doing this to women?
I'm like, why are we like I get it. I get she loves danger. In terms of Laura Croft, I get it. She loves danger, and when you're doing dangerous things, you get in dangerous positions. But man, but that's not just on Laura Croft. It's just I'm seeing a general uh no a general understand pattern recognition. Even in the Lego Batman game we played, I thought it was so funny how there are female henchmen in there too. Cause like I remember I was playing a Batman marathon. All the henchmen were male. But Batman was just like beating up all these guys. Like Batman was it's just like rapid tax rapid tap A, beat them up, and it's like just fun, like just baby game fun. I love my baby games. And when I was playing the new Lego Batman, I just thought like it was just felt weird just seeing all these women henchmen and Batman just like decking a woman in the face. And I was like I'm like, does he even lay hands on Catwoman like that? I don't know. Does he lay hands on like Poison Ivy like that? Like
I don't think so.
I'm like it just makes me uncomfortable. Oh man, I played all of the Arkham games. Maybe the times where like you just do like that rapid punch action action fun on on Poison Ivy or or on I forgot her name. I blanked out on the cat lady's name. I dang it, I just said
Harley
it.
Quinn for a second.
Yeah, he did. Like, I remember. I don't like. Okay, maybe he did lay hands on Harley Quinn, but I remember on a in like one of the Arkham games when Harley Quinn was rolling up on Batman when he was incapacitated. There was a quick time. It wasn't a quick time event. You could parry that, and Batman didn't even punch her. He just like pushed her out the way. He just judoed her out the way.
Mm.
Like it's so freaking funny to me. Just seeing, just like yeah, look at your favorite superheroes, just punching this woman and like just square in the face because she's evil. And I'm like, I don't know if that's good,
Of
guys.
course, I'm not gonna wash my hands because I'm evil.
Because I'm evil. Of course, I'm not gonna wash my hands because I'm evil. And I'm like, I don't know if this is like hero. I don't know if this is like chivalrous, guys. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just don't like seeing women get punched in the face, even if they're evil. You know what I mean? But that's just me. That's just
You don't,
me.
you don't like seeing women get punched in the face. You don't like seeing buff ladies. I don't know.
I mean, that's. I know a lot of people like seeing muscular women. For me, I'm like, no, not really for me. Not really for me.
You're
But
like, that ain't my shit.
yeah, it's not my thing. Not my thing
That's
whatsoever.
fair.
But yeah, like the first I was gonna say Void of War. uh, but yeah. So what? Did you have anything else to say about God of War Lofi?
Uh, it's so cool that they brought back the pluckable, not pluckable, the plucky comic relief character in the form of a cube. That's what I remember.
Oh yeah, the gelatinous
And that
cube
that was
from.
so the gelatinous cube, yeah.
I love
That was
DMD
so
in my
not.
God of War.
I've never played D&D. But it looks like it looks like a current gen God of War game. I'm sure this is gonna make bank. I was just focused on like, why is this so damn long? Like you showed all you need to show. People are gonna buy this game. This it didn't need to be 20 minutes long.
Dude, it
I
was
think it was 20
crazy.
minutes
It was
long.
20 minutes, and the gameplay was just not that impressive. It was.
Mm.
It felt like it was mostly cutscene, and that just goes back into what I was saying. It feels like video games for today feels like it was made for people who never played video games 10 years ago.
Mm.
But yeah,
I think that's fair.
G4 says, "What's your most anticipated game of 2016?" Hmm.
2016 or 2026?
Oh, 26. Yeah, shoot, 2026. Thank you for catching that.
No problem.
What's your most anticipated game? Did you, or if there was a game that you saw at the Game Awards, I was like, man, I am so hyped.
Me?
Yeah, do you have an anticipated game for 2026?
Oh, yeah. Um, jumping the gun here, but when I at the Nintendo Direct, I saw Muramasa. I saw Muramasa, and I was like, "Oh, finally! That's free from Vita jail." I was actually weirdly excited for that. That's not coming out this year though. That's coming out next year.
I
But I
feel
was excited to see that.
I feel like if I was the king of like video games, I would say your trailer should only come out in the Game Awards if it's coming out this year.
Hmm.
Like, don't say coming soon. Don't announce it. Like the Persona 6 trailer. That just wasted everyone's time saying,
I mean, yeah, Persona, and I feel Kingdom Hearts too. Kingdom Hearts 3, and not 2, 3.
I mean 4.
4, 4. See, I'm so out of the loop with Kingdom Hearts. I can't even keep track of this shit.
Like they I feel like they lost me at 3. I don't know why. It just didn't feel. I remember after I played 3, I was like, "You, this isn't the best. This isn't your best." I mean, I guess it also helped that there were less Square Enix characters. Disney was like, "No, we need more Disney representation."
Well, I think it was more Nomura being like, we don't know what to do with the Square characters right now, so we just want to finish the Dark Signer arc or whatever the fuck it's called, the Xehanort arc.
Okay.
So we wanted to just focus on that, and we feel like putting Final Fantasy characters where they don't really need to be is like not really the best idea. I think that was the mentality.
Okay. Okay. If it's like that, then I guess I can understand for the greater good, for the greater good.
For the greater good.
It just didn't hit for some reason. You know, and when I saw the trailer for Persona 4, I I saw it and I was like, this looks like more 3. Did you get that vibe? Persona 4.
For Persona
No,
4 remake.
I mean like a Kingdom Hearts 4. I meant Kingdom Hearts 4.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was confused. I'm like Kingdom. I'm like Persona. What?
No, yeah. So like when I saw Kingdom Hearts 4, I just felt like it was more.
When I saw Kingdom Hearts, when I saw Kingdom Hearts 4, I'm just thinking, what are they gonna? When are they gonna? When is the guy for the World Ends With You gonna show up? Where's 106 or 103 or 104, whatever the fuck the building's called? But yeah, I get the total vibe of like
that would have been so.
This just feels like 3.
No, you know what? You know what? That would have been so tough. You know, because but they weren't gonna do it because they wanted to be taken. They wanted to take place in the real world. I'm like, no, stop. This is the real world. The World Ends With You should have been the real world. What are you talking about?
I think they blew their load by introducing them in 3D. In Dream Drop Distance, I mean.
That would have been such a hard double whammy of like having a new style, but well, everybody's attuned. Well, in Dream Drop Distance, they did imitate the style of World Ends With You though. But even though it wasn't an adaptation into 3D.
Right.
So, man, I just don't like it when, man. I remember I saw a tweet that harped on the art style that they were trying to go for realism, and someone called the guy who said they didn't like Kingdom Hearts realistic art styles bad a LARPer because they showed all of the Pirates of the Caribbean levels, and I don't think that's the same. That's not the same. Even though they strive for realism for every Pirates of the Caribbean levels, whether you want to say on the PS2 for Kingdom Hearts 2 or the PlayStation 4 for Kingdom Hearts 3. It was when they showed it, it was a very interesting thing to see, and it wasn't regular world Shibuya. You know what I mean?
I got you.
It's like you can go to Shibuya and you have an idea of what it looks like, right? But you can never, ever go to somewhere in the Pirates of the Caribbean because it's still fantastical in a way. Like when you see the Pirates of the Caribbean, it has a even though it's realism, it's trying to imitate real life, but it's still a fantasy movie. It still has a lot of fantastical elements, and those fantastical elements are stylized. And so it's one thing. It's one thing to say, yeah, if you don't like what do you mean you don't like realism when they did it before? Which is the guy never really said that they liked the realistic style in Pirates of the Caribbean. I like the style of Pirates of the Caribbean, but it's different from having a pirate theme and then having something takes place in real world Shibuya. It's not the same. But that's my thing. I just think what they showed off, it's not really that interesting. I think, yeah, is it cool conceptually to see a gigantic Heartless stomping around Tokyo like a big playground? Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Like Ultimate Showdown. But hey, who knows? It's not my thing. It's not my thing. It's not interesting.
So you actually want the fantastical world of Disney to come back? You want them to create more original worlds?
I want them to create. No, because like Kingdom Hearts, they will always travel through fantasy worlds. The whole point is to travel through Disney fantasy worlds, right? And I know what he wanted to do is say it's leaking into reality, but no, I don't. I'm not a big. You're like there. There has to be more selling there has to be more selling to me where I know the majority of people who like Kingdom Hearts, they will just eat it up because it's Kingdom Hearts. They just want more. They thirst for more Heartless because they're soulless. They're nobody. No, but that's a joke. But it's more of a fact that I want. They need, if they want to do that direction, it needs more convincing. It needs more convincing of taking that leap to the real world. So, my most anticipated game of 2016 is none because I'm playing a lot of old games. Well, maybe. I know Sketch wants me to play the new Persona game, the Persona 4 like the revival one. Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm interested in seeing what they change because it feels like something they want the quote unquote modern audience to play. So let's see. I'm interested in seeing like how they change the writing for the modern sensibilities. And I say this because I love Persona 3 Reload, and I love it so much because I haven't played the Fez or Portable, so that's my thing. I want
interesting to see
what
if they make Naoto trans or not. I don't know.
Or kanji gay.
Kanji. That would be so stupid.
Like if they do, then it's way past over for Japan.
It's Dunyan rings that you would occasionally say.
It's absolutely Dunyan rings. Yeah. So what else is on the topic list? Because we last left off at the agenda. What else is on the agenda?
So then there was the Xbox. They started off pretty well with what was it? Gears of War, Gears of Wars. Here at Microsoft, we make games for men.
And then we have women and women to announce it. The ultra masculine game made for men.
I'm not a Gears of War head, so I feel like that's more of your expertise. But it did look good from what I saw.
You want to know what sucks about that? About my situation, I played Gears of War 1, 2, Judgment. 3 was 3 also on the 360?
I don't know.
My friend in high school, he loaned me like his entire Gears of War collection because it was like
that was on 360. Sorry.
Yeah, it was. Gears was on 360.
Gears of War 3, yes.
Okay, so yeah, he lended me his Gears collection, his Metal Box Gears collection, for me to like play through, and he was like, "I love Gears of War, so you better give me back this Metal Box collection." And it was probably one like, and like I'm not gonna lie. Actually, my relationship with him was like really weird because I remember he was kind of like a bully archetype. He was kind of like a bully archetype. But it just turned into, "Hey Mason, you like video game?" I think I just had one conversation with him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're religious," and like, "Okay, I like you now." And it's like, and then he wanted to bond with me by watching what was it, Hellsing, the abridged. And like
one of those.
What?
One of those people.
Yeah, one of those people. Listen, it was like 2000. It was 2013. You lived through it.
Look,
you know
I've been there. I've been there before, but I'm like, he's probably one of those people that watch like the abridged, thinking it's not thinking, but like thinking it's better than the original source material.
Yeah, I don't I don't know. We were just watching that. Like I lended him Assassin's Creed 2. He lended me his Gears of War collection, and that's how I just like I just like played through all of the Gears games because of that. Like that's pretty cool. That's like for real. That was pretty cool though for me to like play all those Gears games. Um, but if I wasn't like, oh man, it sucks because like that was during a time where I was actually paying attention to what happened in video games. Like I would have that in my living room. Or wait, no, I would have that in my. I think no. At that time, I have my 360 in my bed. Not in my bed, in my room. That was at the point where if I was playing a video game, that was just 100% my attention, and I would just like blow through all those games, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And to this day, I think the things that I remember the most about Gears of War were jokes that was made on Sanity Not Included. I'm not gonna lie. But there was so I'm not a LARPer. I played all the games. I just don't remember it. I just don't remember a lot of it, unfortunately.
Mm.
Check my if you think I'm lying, check my gamer tag, Mournful Aspate. ASP8. So I played all of them on the 360, but oh well. But yeah, the new Gears of War. It it looks promising. Nothing that I saw of the game itself is giving me red flags. But but like the presentation of like how they like what like who they showed, the people that they want to show, I'm like, who do you think are your target is I was like confused because like they had that black chick that was presenting the Gears 4, and I'm like, are your target audience black chicks? like are like do people who play Gears black women? Do people who play Gears of War are trans women? Like, or like, what are we doing? Like, why are these? Why are? It would make sense to have like the person representing, like, presenting your game, be like like if you're trying to pitch it, it would make sense to have what China calls a white monkey. And what I mean by that is, I like saying that saying that phrase because what China does if they're trying to appeal to like American investors, they would like literally hire a model, like an actor, and say this is Johnny Appleseed, and he is in charge of Wu Shang company that's making silicon chips, and they do it because it works. And I wish like more games had like that practice that white monkey the white monkey mentality of it doesn't have to be like a fake person, but at least show somebody even on the development team that at least looks like it, that at least looks like the target audience, you know.
Yeah.
But that was the only but that's more of a presentation weariness of the game instead of what I saw of the game itself. So that's my thoughts on on the new Gears. And I know like when we first saw it, I was like, oh man, why does everything have to be like so high fidelity? I am getting fatigued of all this high fidelity. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's because I'm playing too many PS2 games. You know, I'm playing too many games on the GameCube, PS2, and like 3DS stuff. I'm getting fidelity fatigue. But
getting too getting too addicted to that GameCube water.
Yeah, the GameCube water. I liked when things were limited, and when things were limited, they were forced to be beautiful. Now, these developers have too many options on how to make things look good to the point that it just constantly falls into an uncanny valley. It's out of that. To granted, they're out of that uncanny valley, but it's not interesting to look at. It's made for people who don't like video games. Like the art style is made for people who never played video games, who haven't played video games 10 years ago. Because people who have played video games over 10 years ago, they understood that they have seen the progression of video games and how good it is, and after a while they are aware of the diminishing returns of what a good in quotation marks video game is supposed to look like. So it's a lot of these games that try to have these realistic character models, realistic environment, and and it's made for an audience who are insecure of what they play because they don't want to play a cartoon. People are insecure that they don't want to play a cartoon. They just want to play something that looks like a movie. So when their parents walk by when they're playing a game on the living room, their parents would think, "Oh man, little Tommy is a grown adult now. Look at it. Look at them. Look at Spider-Man. He looks real. Wow, that looks interesting." But no, anyway, that's my tangent. I know you don't have much to say about Gears, so that's my thoughts on Gears. It might be a good game, probably not.
What might be a good game?
Gears of War, Gears of Wars. So yeah, that was the Xbox showcase. That was the only thing that was pretty much interesting of the Xbox showcase.
That was the only thing that you cared about. You didn't care about Persona.
Yeah, because there was nothing that much to show about Persona. I already played 4.
Well, what about... Okay.
Yeah, I already played 4. I'm interested in seeing what they changed within Revive. And that's about it.
Halo existed. There's a new Metro coming out.
I did play the last Metro game. It was pretty good. It was pretty neat. It's been a while.
Mental shit. What was it? Senwa, whatever it was called.
Mental Senwa? What's that?
No, not mental Senwa. I was trying to think. What was the term? Mental illness. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh,
mental illness. The game.
Mental illness.
Senwa.
Oh yes.
Is coming back with a third game.
Oh, Female Pain Simulator. The third.
Fallout is coming out with something for an update, and I only remember this because you told me the guy who created the Fallout Boy, whatever his name is, Fall Boy, I don't know his name, was black. And I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, the guy who created Vault Boy was is
Vault Boy.
Wait, did you fact check me? I feel like you fact checked me.
I didn't look it up, so I believed you.
Okay.
I think I was streaming at the time, so I did not check. Crazy Taxi was shown. This was my Leonardo DiCaprio moment where I was pointing at the screen, going like, "There it is! He's back! Axel's back!" That's not coming out till next year, though, if it's even coming out at all.
Wait, hold up. I'm checking the... Yeah, is this in the... Going back. Oh, by George. Oh, wait, yeah. There you go, behind the scenes. The character was originally designed by Leonard Boyarsky. That does white guy, based on Uncle Richie Pennybags from the Monopoly board game, and then drawn for Fallout by George Almond, who is also white, for the first few cards, and then by Tarmel Ray Isaac, who finalized the look of the character as we know today. So Tamel Ray Isaac, who is black, finalized the Vault Boy. So it started by it was originally designed by Leonard Boyarsky, which is made. Then it was, and then like some of the Vault Boy cards in the game was drawn by George Allman, and then they were all finalized by Tarmel.
Okay.
There we go. Don't wanna. I want no stolen valor. No stolen valor. In my streams, nothing but the facts. Nothing but true facts and no untrue lies. Oh yeah, G4 also said put a chick on it and make it gay. But that was when we were talking about how I don't like seeing women getting utterly eviscerated in video games. But yeah, yeah, you were talking about Fallout.
I was talking about Crazy Taxi.
Oh yeah, Crazy Taxi.
Then nothing to say about Fallout.
So why? So what makes you so? So what makes what stands out with this Crazy Taxi game?
I mean, I guess it's nothing, and that's probably the best thing. Like, it's just new Crazy Taxi in a new place that's totally not based off of San Francisco.
Oh boy, more
it just looks good. It just looks it looks good so far, and there's probably a new girl boss character that may or may not be Gina. I don't fucking know. She looks like one of the K-pop demon hunters, if my memory is right.
K-pop.
Yeah, she looks like a fucking K-pop character. I hate that I had to think that.
K-pop
but the game looks cool. Yeah, the game looks cool. Or she looks like a Fortnite character. The game looks cool so far. I will definitely pick it up if it's not complete garbage. So that's the one that made me jump out of my seat and go, "Ooh, it's real!"
Your neurons activated.
It's really real. Basically, they showed off a new Xbox, the Xbox fridge, green Xbox fridge. I'm sure that made a lot of people happy. Minecraft Dungeons was shown, Dungeon 2, and you was like, "What the heck is Minecraft?"
No. When I saw the Minecraft Dungeons thing, I was thinking, why not? Why can't you just play Minecraft? You can do this in Minecraft. Imagine
Minecraft.
Imagine if Rockstar published Grand Theft Auto Golf as a standalone game. I'm like, just play the golf mini game in Grand Theft Auto. But whatever, that's just me.
That's true. New Castlevania's coming out. Vivarium, that Ghibli-looking anime game where someone's probably gonna goon to that otter-looking motherfucker. I say that having seen someone basically express something like that online, but it is what it is.
It's Scooby what it do.
Persona 6 with a logo that looks like it's Green Lantern.
One thing that I do like about the Persona 6, one thing I do like about what they showed with Persona 6 is that it does look like they're trying to go back to like a darker route. I hope they try to do that.
I want them to have protagonists that are adults now.
That's
probably not going to happen, but because the Japanese love to focus on high schoolers for like to maximize profits, basically.
That was the last time they ever felt alive, like human.
Because once you become an adult, you're just another cog in the society, in the real society.
Exactly.
You are a businessman, and then you kill yourself. I don't know.
You're a businessman. You're married to the game. And it doesn't put out.
Oh yeah, Spyro was shown. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, didn't the
Tom Kenny said?
Go ahead.
Didn't the Spyro what? What are you gonna
Didn't
say?
the Spyro trailer breach like 10 million views on YouTube?
I have no idea, but I would not be surprised because people wanted this for the longest time.
Finally, more dragons to collect.
Tom Kenny has confirmed that he is coming back to voice Spyro.
I saw like one clip of the developers talking about Spyro, and then they're like, I remember the phrase uttered, "Now that he's a teenager," and I was like, Spyro's not. I was like, what?
Uh-oh.
Here at Spyro 4, where Spyro's grown up. He's now now that he's a teenager, he can fly. They said that he grew up, so now that he's a teenager, he can fly longer. That's a mechanic. And I was like, what do you like? Huh? Interesting.
He can fly longer. Laugh longer too.
Relax. Anyway. Relax.
What was after that? Yeah, the Weak Shed. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. After that, it was just like the fucking Gears. Everything else didn't matter. There was some steampunk game I didn't care about. Yeah, and then they spent like 5 minutes on a new Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3. How many times did the warfare have to be modern before it becomes modern?
Well, time is linear, so every time time is linear. So what's modern of yesterday?
Time's a flat circle.
Yeah, time's what's modern of what's yesterday's modern is today's. Wait, no, that's not the way. That's not how it works.
I feel like I know what you're trying to get at.
Yeah. Yeah, so what's been modern 10 years ago is no longer modern. So they have to update it all the time.
All right, Dad.
That's why it's always modern.
Okay. Well, being modern is gay.
Yeah. So there was something else. Was there another one?
Then there was the Gears Direct that I think we kind of skimmed through, and that was it. That was the Xbox showcase. It was all right.
Okay.
It was a strong showing, I think.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
We also watched the PC gaming show. We don't need to talk about that. Nothing really happened there.
It's such a shame. With a platform with near limitless abilities like PC, you would expect that should be the cutting edge of the game show. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. Here you go. Just nothing but indies.
Indies nuts.
I was about to say that. God damn it.
Listen, I'm the host. I get to say it.
I get to suffer. All right, so the Nintendo Direct, we had new Rhythm Heaven. I don't know if you even played Rhythm Heaven.
Oh, I played the one for the Wii and the DS. Yeah.
Okay.
When there was like when I heard that there was a one for the Game Boy, I was like, "What? It's that old?" The Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
I was like, "What do you?" Like, I'm like, "What do you mean?"
That's where it started.
I was like, "What do you mean?" There was a Rhythm Heaven for the Game Boy Advance. What do you mean? Like, is there another one on the 3DS?
What do you mean? Yes, Mega Mix.
Oh my god!
It was one of the last 3DS titles. It was digital only in America.
Does it have any new stages, or is it just the same old, same old?
It was some new and some mixed and some old.
I gotta go on a Rhythm Heaven marathon. Playing the Game Boy ones, and the
got some good ass music.
Oh yeah,
well, there's only one Game Boy one, to be fair.
No, yeah, I'll need to play like the Game Boy one. I'm gonna need to play the maybe the Mega Mix one, just to freshen up, or maybe I just need to play the Mega Mix if it has it has everything.
I don't think it has everything, but it's like a best of sort of thing.
I don't want the best of. I want everything.
Tough tits.
All right. Real.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Understandable.
But yeah, that's apparently going to be the last major Switch only title, so to speak. That's only going to be on Switch 1 and no Switch 2. Right. So, end of an era, boys. If anyone cares.
It'd be like that, and it'd be like that. What else?
Dragon's Dogma 2 got announced in enhanced version, Dark Arisen. So I'm sure my brother will be happy about that if he cares.
Unfortunately, I have not played Dragon's Dogma.
It's a decent game. I feel like you'd like it.
It's not my dogma.
Dragging these dogmas. Yeah, Orbitals. That's an interesting game because it's basically a Way Out but anime, but unfortunately it's a Switch 2 exclusive, so it's not much to talk about there. Big Walk where everyone shat on it because it wasn't a Toho game. Oh yeah, One Piece is getting this kind of, I don't even know what it was, but it was basically like what's that game? That cooking game?
Cooking Mama?
Not Cooking Mama, but similar. Cookstravania or whatever. I forget what it's called. I'm blanking out. But it's called Grand Gourmet, and I knew right from looking at it, this is just the Doraemon teriyaki game, but with a One Piece skin on it, where it's like, you have to like, it basically you build your own, like, I guess, restaurant, and of course Sanji's like the head cook, and you're just serving all these meals and stuff.
I'm like, shouldn't y'all be finding
gets a spot?
Shouldn't y'all be finding like the One Piece or something?
Exactly. Overcooked. That's the game I was thinking of. It reminds me a little bit of Overcooked. That's coming out eventually, I guess. But I'm just like, damn, you really thought this was gonna sell to the Americans? I mean, of course it's One Piece, but come on, man.
I mean,
New Fire Emblem.
Wait, that's what Toho games are like?
No, that's not a Toho game. That's different.
Okay.
Toho's are shoot 'em ups.
Okay.
They're shoot 'em ups that have a predominantly female cast. I don't think there's any guys in those games. But people are just like, man, this is the first Toho game that's gonna have an English be localized in like 50 freaking languages. Why didn't they show it at the Direct? And I'm like, Toho's pretty niche, dude. Come on. I don't know. That whole thing just like really bugged me. People complaining about that over nothing.
Okay, understood. Understand.
But there's gonna be a new Ninja Law, which I guess makes sense because the anime is still going.
Ninja Law, was that like the
I don't know
not
if you
Splatoon?
played. Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be. Forgot about this actually. There's gonna be a Jujutsu Kaisen game that is basically a reskin of Vampire Survivors.
What was Vampire Survivors?
That was like the idle game where you like run around a thing and you're killing a bunch of people, and it's like just see how long it can last, sort of thing.
Hey, it's Lamai. Welcome to the chat. Toho fans are extremely dedicated. Will you vouch for that, Levy?
I definitely believe that because after this, like I've known of Toho for the longest time, but it's one of those like passing sort of glances sort of things. But I believe it. You can say that with any franchise, honestly.
Okay. I'm down with it. I can dig it.
But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, Lies of Peace, getting a complete edition. Muramasa Revenant Blaze, that's what made me go, yes, finally. Because it's basically the Vita, the side-scroller Vita game from Vanillaware. Finally getting ported to every major console. And not the PS4.
Okay.
So that doesn't come out till next year, but I'm happy about that. I'm genuinely happy about that. Finally, I get to play this game. New Xenoblade got announced.
I'm still trying to find a way. I'm still trying to like make time to play the Xenoblade Definitive Addiction edition. The definitive
addiction.
The definitive addiction. Yo, if there was a game where you sold drugs, like that would be like, if there was a game that you sold drugs and you did good, and, like I would call it that. That would be like the definitive edition title, the definitive addiction.
Crack of the year.
Cracked of the year. That's awesome. I like that.
Nintendo Switch Sports gets a new game with Nintendo Switch Sports Resort, and everyone hates it. Everyone hates the designs. Everyone still hates the designs.
They will never get rid of the golden era Mii's. They will never get rid of the real Mii's.
I don't even understand why they can't just bring Mii's back. It's not like you can't use them in the. God damn it! You can't use it in the Switch.
It's because like I said before, like the new Mii's are higher fidelity. And companies, they're like, yo, higher fidelity, that's good, right? That people will love that. And then like Nintendo fans, sometimes as soulless as they are, they're like, no, this is you already had it. You already had it. Sorry, we remember when you were good. we may be young, but we're not that old. We remember when you were good.
We may be young, but we're not that old. I like that.
So, but the sad thing is, there will be new Nintendo fans, and they will continue pushing. They will continue to push the new Mii's until
I don't even think anyone's even pushing the new Mii. That's the funny part. I don't think anyone gives a shit about the new Mii's. They all look like ass.
I'm talking about I'm talking about Nintendo, not the fans.
Oh, Nintendo. I could have sworn you said the fans will push the new.
Not the fans, because the fans are because Nintendo's just waiting for the new fans, for like the people who remember when Mii's were good. They're just waiting for them to be outpopulated by the new fans, who will only be introduced by the new Mii's.
Mm-hmm.
And then there'll be like an Unk battle. There'll be like a battle between the young ones who only know the new Mii's, and the Unks that says no, Mii's had soul. But
Mii's had soul.
But they're the ones that are gonna be uber soy jacked for the new Star Fox art style. I don't make the rules. I just observe behavior.
Make the rules. I just live by them. You live and you learn.
Yeah. So what's new? What else? What else is up?
They showed a freaking Sanrio party game. I remember that.
Okay.
And then seeing like the Japanese title and was like, why didn't they just call it that? Cause I think they called it Hello Kitty Party Land in the West, but in the Japanese, right, it was Sanrio Party Land. So I'm like, why not just fucking call it that? Other than brand recognition, of course. Star Fox was shown for 5 seconds.
They had a
Final Fantasy.
They had a gameplay presentation.
What are you gonna say?
Like
yeah, that's why I was like, why did they show for 5 seconds? What was the point? You already did a direct. Literally, who gives a shit?
I mean, Uh, that. But what? No wait, they didn't announce the developers at the
No,
direct. That was later.
no, the directors, the developers later revealed themselves on like a freaking what was it? Instagram post.
They exposed themselves for no reason.
I knew those guys. I knew who were developing this was in Japanese. They haven't let a Japanese dev touch Star Fox since I think Assault. I don't even know if Q Games is Japanese or not.
Dang. Assault will never ever get the love that it deserves from Nintendo, because Nintendo hates it when other companies do what they do better, but better.
And now people are just coming back around to Assault. Like, they're basically being like, oh, Assault wasn't bad. It was just misunderstood, bitch.
I think my opinion of that is that it's the same with Zelda fans. It's like when you look at a Zelda video or anything that has to do with Zelda history, the thing that they will always say is that Wind Waker was hated for its art style when it came out, but people later realized that style outlasts fidelity, and I'm like, that's not your opinion. You heard it from someone else. if and like for all the young bucks, I'm saying, speaking like I'm an old head, all the young people who think they still have memories from when what was it, Wind Waker was released, most likely never was not interested in Zelda during that time. They're just taking that from online sentiments that they heard from someone who did live through that sentiment. So with that being said, I'm just saying I just don't like Zelda. I just don't like it. Like, I gave it a shot.
I get it. You're a Zelda hater.
I'm not a hater. I just can't get into it.
Which I guess is better than being a Zelda glazer.
I tried. I genuinely tried.
I really tried. You have to believe me.
Like, when I was playing Zelda, the first thing that I thought, I was like, man, no wonder why white boys really love this. He is like every like Link is every white boy ever. It's like every white. He is the guy that every white boy thinks that he is, and I'm like, this is awesome. I'm like, no wonder why I see, like, every time I go outside, I would see somebody with a Triforce t-shirt and like cargo pants, because he's literally their guy. I'm like, that's awesome. We don't have that no more. Well, we always have a Link in some generation. But yeah, Western devs ruin everything, as you're saying.
I mean, you say that, but like the OG Star Fox was developed by Western devs, so.
Understood. So it all returns. It's all full circle.
Yeah. It all returns to nothing. Final Fantasy Resonance was announced, which, from what I later learned, was essentially a remade version of Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, which was a mobile game. A mobile game with a plot that people apparently liked. And also the only Final Fantasy game where you could play as Ariana Grande. I did not make those words up. I did not match those words up together.
Whoa.
I did not make that shit up.
You play as Kat from Victorious?
Yeah. I don't think you can play it at her in this version, though. It's also the first Final Fantasy game to be made in everyone's favorite art style, HD 2D, or whatever the hell they're calling it.
That's... But it's still Ariana Grande. Is it voiced by her, or is it just a sprite with Ariana Grande's?
It's just a sprite. It was just a sprite. There wasn't really any voice work in the mobile game. They just got her likeness and shit in a sprite format, in a pixel sprite format, and yeah,
they just
I
be
think she was called
saying
like Mysterious Ariana.
they just be saying stuff now just for people to buy things. That's hilarious.
I mean, Ariana Grande was pretty big in Japan for a minute. I think she probably still is.
I remember hearing something like that.
Damn, from Nickelodeon star to that. I don't know.
No, no, I remember there was like a behind the scenes thing where people were asking like, who do you think will make have the biggest career after Victorious? And everybody thought it would be like the actor that's playing the main lead, but everybody was like, no, it's Ariana. She's gonna be huge. Everybody's like Ariana, but I think it was like the person that was playing the voice. No, some people were like, it was expected that the what was it? The lead of Victorious would like have a big career, but everybody knew it was gonna be Ariana.
Hmm.
I might be making that up, but that's it. No, that's what I wanted to say about that. But are you excited? Are you excited for it? For those types of games?
There's still some more.
Okay.
Dust Bloods was shown, which is basically Dark Bloodborne, but like without having to pay Sony money.
Oh wait.
And apparently it's a Switch 2 exclusive.
Oh wait. Lamai says I missed the Zelda hype.
That's
SMH.
fair.
I mean, I get it. That was when games were good. that's that's my broken record when we talk about video games. Yeah, do you play video games? I play good video games. There's a difference. There's a difference.
I don't remember people. No, wait, never mind. Fuck. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, Dust Bloods was shown. I don't think they really showed any gameplay footage, just some vague shit. Vague dialogue.
Oh wait.
Lore drops.
Oh, am I corrected? I mean, missed it completely. Oh, like that's that's not of your time, or just not you weren't involved in it. Okay, okay, that makes sense. English is funny. What you're saying, Levy?
Um, Dust Bloods was shown. Um, Splatoon was shown after that, and I had like no horse in this race, but it did look interesting.
Yeah, because it was like
Um,
a single player Splatoon experience, wasn't it?
yeah, Splatoon without the multiplayer would probably actually be fun because I'm tired of dying in that game.
You're getting scrubbed.
Only because I buy these games late when everyone else has like fucking level 10 weapons or whatever the fuck, and they all just eviscerate me.
That's not a that does not sound like a good idea.
I really just think it's an online problem. It's a matchmaking problem because they should just be matching me with people who are at my skill level. But now let's match this level 1 loser with these level 20 gods. Okay, cool. Fuck you too, I guess.
Understandable. Lamai said I was playing the Nancy. I was playing the Nancy Drew PC games. Are you familiar with Nancy Drew?
I am familiar with Nancy Drew. That's like that's the investigative games or whatever. I mean, I get that because when I was younger, I would play a lot of like educational games on PC, like freaking Freddy Fish or Putt Putt or Jumpstart if you want to get super educational, Living Books. I never played any true PCs, but any any old heads out there who grew up with like a power PC, Mac power PC, probably I would hope probably played Nanosaur. That was my shit growing up when I was 6. The only PC game I played that felt like a real PC game.
Oh, okay.
Before I learned how to pirate, before I started to learn how to pirate. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, acquire games not so legally, and I played Final Fantasy VII on PC that way. On my shitty PC that only had like 1 gigabyte of hard drive space.
Okay. We can have this topic be the last topic. Uh.
Uh,
Of it because I've been streaming for 3 hours, and
okay.
I should have been and like I should have stopped.
Let me
like 40 minutes ago.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Let me try and rapid fire through this, I guess. At least through the Nintendo thing. Deltarune popped up, and everyone who was constantly bitching about it in the live chat finally shut the fuck up. Because most of that live chat. Whenever I checked on it was like, "Where's Deltarune? Where's Deltarune? I need Deltarune. I need Deltarune. Please, I need the Deltarune." And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is so insufferable. And then it showed up, so shut them the fuck up. To bring it back to you for a second, Mason, Metaphor ReFantazio will be getting a Switch 2 port. Minecraft will be getting a Switch 2 port. There was a Spotlight sizzle reel that showed it flashed Tales of Eternia for a split second, and then it showed it for like 10 seconds afterwards, and that got me happy. That'll be a potential game we could play because I think that's multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the 2D ones, by the way.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts was shown. They're doing a proper port of 1 through 3, and I think 1.5 and 2.5 will be getting a Switch 1 port. They're also going to be nuking. They're also going to be nuking the cloud versions shortly afterwards. So,
that was always a bad idea.
Money on those, yeah, was never a smart idea. If you wasted money on them, tough tits.
Oh, they don't get any. They don't get anything.
They get the option to port their save files over and to get the actual games, the non-cloud versions, at a discount.
Okay, that's something.
So it's something rather than nothing. 4 will be coming to Switch 2 as well as the other systems. I think they're porting 1 through 3 for Xbox as well, but who cares about Xbox? And the big one, the one last thing they decided to show was Ocarina of Time remake, which they basically only show the intro of the game, like the literal opening cutscene that has like Great Deku Tree narrating over Link who doesn't have a fairy, and then they showed young Link's body, and everyone was like, "Who the fuck is that? That's nasty. That's like, it looks like Nintendo hired that guy."
Nintendo hired the man. They finally hired the man.
And surprisingly enough, 2 things happened. 1, they did not show any game footage, no gameplay whatsoever. And 2, they were ballsy enough to end it with a coming 2026 release date. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. I played this game before. I'll believe when I see it. I've lived through Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
But those were the big things of the Nintendo Direct that I hid in a bathroom to watch at work.
So all that said and done, what were your overall thoughts of the game presentations?
I feel, well, first of all, PlayStation was the most forgettable.
Yeah.
I think Summer Game Fest was a little middling, especially when it came to trying to actually stream the thing. Because for those who don't know, the VOD version of Summer Game Fest was fucked up. It would just be glitching all over the place every now and then. The only one that worked all the way through without really any glitches was the audio description version. So watching this was kind of a pain when watching audio description, because I would always hear like a female voice being like Like, and there's the title of the game coming out on all these systems, and I'm like, okay, cool.
All these
If I was
systems.
deaf, this would be epic. Well, I'm not gonna read it verbatim.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not like Netflix. I'm not like Netflix where I can actually remember what they say during the end transition.
Right, I get you. I get you.
I think Xbox was number 2 and Nintendo was number 1.
Okay.
If I had to rank them, because Xbox had a decent number of games that looked interesting and that I was interested for. It was just game after game after game after game, and that's kind of what I liked about their directs. They just kept showing games. Now, whether or not they show gameplay in it, that's a different story. Nintendo, I feel like, and I know it's kind of weird to be excited about Nintendo when I don't even own like a Switch 2, but I mostly watch it for the third-party stuff anyway. Right. But I feel like they have like the best, I want to say all-arounder to a degree, but who knows? Decisions are fluid. I might swap Nintendo with Xbox. Maybe Xbox is number 1. But I feel like some of the announcements were pretty cool on the Nintendo Direct. I think overall, at the end of the day, the weakest was definitely PlayStation. I don't remember shit what happened in Play. I had to go through. The only thing I remember being excited for in the PlayStation one was the Rayman one, was the Rayman announcement, and that was kind of it.
Wait, the Rayman announcement was on PlayStation?
Yeah, that's where it was first announced.
Oh. I even forgot that. Goodness.
And then they showed it again on the Nintendo Direct. I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, and I'm like, why are you showing this on the Nintendo Direct? That was my reaction. Because I'm like, dude, Ubisoft rides on Nintendo's back so freaking hard, dude. Like, I'd be more surprised if it wasn't coming to the Switch.
Right.
But yeah, like, I think it started off pretty mid, but I feel like Xbox and Nintendo kind of saved it. That's my Cliff Notes version.
Okay.
I'm sorry if I took like 50 years to explain everything.
Nah,
there's a new Xenoblade coming out.
No, like this whole stream was like tangent central. So yeah, I think it was I think I said this before. I don't think there's a good. I think the best way to do these games fest is just to have a way to make everything put everything into like one mega demo, so you can put like a demo disc, something like that, a gigantic download.
I mean, like,
for everybody to play
at this
so we
point,
can experience the games instead of watching trailers for them.
Okay, you said download. I was about to say, like, we need to get a demo disc together. And with today's triple layer fucking ultra HD Blu-ray disc where we can put literally 100 gigabytes of data on the one disc, we could get away with that.
That'd be too expensive. Nobody would want to do that.
I think Blu-rays are less expensive than Switch cards, that's for freaking sure. Considering how many third-party publishers don't even want to make actual Switch cards.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if they were like, okay, we got a bunch of demos on this CD, and if you want to purchase one, then if you want to purchase it, the CD, we'll give you your mail, or they'll do what most people will do is just download it. Like they'll just download it off of the servers, off of Steam servers, instead of having like go to Steam and download a dozen demos. You just have like the biggest ones, the most anticipated ones, in a compilation, and then you would sell them not sell them, but like order them. You could buy them like physically, or something like that.
You can mail order them.
Mail order them, yeah. You mail order them. I think until they start doing something like that, it's gonna be very hard for me to even care about video. It's gonna be really hard for me to even care about like these game announcements. Unless it's like, unless it's something, I feel like that is way more convenient than either downloading a bunch of separate game demos or just watching a compilation of game trailers.
Mhm.
That's just me. That's just me.
That's just one little bear's opinion.
That's one little bear's opinion. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyway, that's this live stream. Thanks everybody out for coming out. Yeah, I'm gonna take the weekend off as usual. I'll stream again on Monday, working on the we're playing Metaphor. Tuesday, working on the comic maybe. Wednesday Metaphor, Thursday comic, Friday Metaphor, and maybe we can do something like this again on Saturday.
I'd be down for that.
All right, cool. We got it. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming out. Y'all take care. Peace.